Lord have mercy. What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Wiley Show. I would like to get a special shout out to all the producers that is here, and welcome to the new producer. So it's an off day, and of course, I want to go live and speak to my audience, and we're going to do just that. I personally would like to give a special shout out to Sister James. I went to go see her in a nursing home today. She is a subscriber of the show, and I want to say something very special about her. That even though she yet go through what she's going through, she would watch us, and so you just never know, who watches our show, and for that, I want to say thank you to her. So we are address some things about the library situation. If you missed that live, go back to YouTube and you can catch that live on your feed. So it is the previous live before this one. I was on the internet before we get into the topic today. I don't know about y'all, but I was on Instagram and I was trying to get some stories off on site. So I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know if anybody have heard that their Instagram page is gone. So people were sending me DMs about it and emails. So I reached out to Ra Ali and I was like, sorry that this happened because I know she's trying to get the page back. And this is why ownership matters. This is why it's good to have your own app and build up your own network because you are still an employee on somebody else's stuff. And so when I look at Kyle from the Neighborhood Talk, he just celebrated 500,000 followers. But if, with that in mind, he went through it. His page were getting taken down and he probably would have been at 1 million, if not more, supporters on the Neighborhood Talk. So you have these issues. So I don't know what was the reason why it was suspended. I don't know. I have not reached out to Millie from my radio to get a response from her because usually I can kind of like send her a text I'm not a text. I can send her email and to see what was going on, but no one had made a statement about it as well. So we definitely going to have this conversation on tonight. I'm sorry, I don't want to put the call in. I'm going to put all the other stuff. Thank you. So I made a video and in the video that I made, I was talking about the library situation. And of course, I was talking about, Armon Wiggins. And of course, this is yet another day of us going back and forth on the internet. Okay. We've been doing it for years. It's none different. But today he was saying that 5 years I was trolling him. And he also said that, are you really crazy? Or are you just crazy for convenience? Again, where he's failing to realize that, I was diagnosed with bipolar. I never, I don't claim that. I was just diagnosed with it. I moved forward, with my life, and I don't wear it as a badge of honor. I don't go up to random people and say, I got bipolar, right? No, I don't do that. It was a topic of discussion, and we had a conversation. But what we want to do is we want to respect the ancestor because the issue with that is, and he failed to do to his audience, is to educate the people about Emmett Till. Because I heard people in there, they were saying different stuff in their chat, and that was wrong and not really factual. And I'm like, oh my gosh, people really need to do a whole live on to educate yourself, about the ancestors, because some people do not know who Emmett Till was. And so I'm gonna do a live on that and like really break that down. And that will come maybe later on today. I would do a live about that, or release it sometime this week. But I just don't want that to get lost, and to make sure we respect the ancestor. With that, so he's there pacing and having a conversation, and he was saying that I'm pandering to the audience. All right. He said that I'm doing this to get money and subscriptions. Okay. I want to be very clear. We don't do this to get money. We just share our story, and people give when they want to give. They don't have to give. No one is begging them to give. They give freely. Right. And we thank people that contribute to the show. But I knew that was going to get attacked when we put out a public statement, because we put the public statement out of our audience helping us, and they helped us, and they helped, pay it off early. And we personally would like to thank them, that have been a blessing to us. Another thing he said, that pushy narratives and pandering to the audience. And he also said that, the people that's over there is unattractive, they're broke. And he said the R word, and he called them dumb. And I want to say this, that's just really not not cool to say, because people all walks of life watch our show. We have retirees that watch our show. We have people in business and communication, period, that watch our product and our show. And I think that I want to dive into our friendship a little bit, or why it did not work. And number one, I would like to say is communication. Communication is key in whatever relationship that you're in. You have to communicate. And when I was friends with him, what I should have said was, and I want to make this very clear, when he made a statement like, "Oh, okay, follow me and stop doing what you're doing, and you do your channel," right? What I should have said was, "No, I don't want to do that. I want to continue to do my, continue to work on my dream, continue to, build my channel. That's what I believe in." And I battle with that, because I'm like, well, should I just stop doing what I was doing, or should I just listen to him? I for a while I have battled with that. And I said the only thing that I regret is not having an in-depth conversation and telling him my true feelings. And I want to tell people, when you're in business, if you feel some type of way, it is okay to communicate that, and that person should receive it and get their side. But it's okay to release how you feel. Me personally, in the relationship, in the friendship, I did not share that. I didn't. I should have shared that. I should have said, I want to focus on building, my platform, and building my show. But I did not necessarily want to do it. I wanted to build my show. I didn't want to stop, because I was very passionate about my show. And even when it was no one listening, I was still passionate. I want to say shout out to the LGBT artists, the Freaky Boys, Arquez. Thank you to those Jaquez, for those artists, Pretty Boy Rich, Double X Rated. Shout out to those artists that I would interview and have conversations with, right? And it was just a small, blog talk radio blog. So I've done this when I was 21 years old. I wanted to get into radio. I wanted to get guests on the show and have a conversation. So that's what I wanted, to do. And I never wanted to stop it. What coming up in this business, I gave up, because I listened to people, because for years, especially in Chicago, I could just remember it was a radio person on Blog Talk Radio. And that during that time, I was just targeting. I was trying to target the LGBT young folks to come on my show, and he would say his name was Sonny, and he would say on his show, "Oh, Wiley is boring. He's real boring. He's trash. Don't go to the show." And that I remember, I would leave and I would cry. I would be so upset. And then I just turned into this messy person to, I reinvented myself, being this messy blogger, trying to get people on the show, and I would compete for that. And that's what I was doing, right? And then I would start to get Jerry Scott Page on our show, and we were really, really coming through. And then we had the big story of I forgot his name, that he was accused of abusing his gay children, and we had him on. We interviewed him, and that was great. And then we, of course, we had on there. I forgot his name. The King of Reeds. He came on our show, so we were really coming through the ranks. And then when I first met, Armand, he was just random, like doing Facebook. He wasn't like doing a show. He was just doing things, just making videos, and I was just like, oh, okay. And then we just somehow, um he was having an issue with Gossip Girl XOXO, and I interviewed him about that. And so from that point, even before that, we just built just talking, right? But one thing that I feel like I didn't do, and if I would have done it back then, if I would have known what I know now, I would have communicated, how I feel. And one thing I've noticed for Armand, he was very I think arrogant is the word. He would always say, I'm the best, this is what I'm gonna do, and everything like this. And he would always speak like, that he always had dreams of what he wanted to do. And I would listen to it. And I rarely, would be able to, tell talk about my show, and to do what I have to do. I don't think he paid any mind to that, because he was so laser and focused on his brand. So we had that conversation, and when we did that, in this situation, I started to do the show, and I just started to know that in our show, me personally, my personal life, I noticed that things wasn't going right. You know what I'm saying? I was just in a bad space, and the problem that I just didn't know how to communicate. I was hurt, I was broken, and I got the help that I needed. um, but when it comes to Armand, when he was speaking on, he's not loyal and all of that, I wonder, like, okay, we're not friends, but you get a little, the digs gets extremely disrespectful, like the R word, dumb, the C crazy, you get call of these, words, and people tell him in his chat, lay off on that, because that's kind of disrespectful. Because if somebody say, oh, they're friends, it is what it is. So I'm listening to him, and then I hear him talk, and he was pacing. And he said something that almost made me cry to the point. He said that I always pour into other people, but I feel like nobody ever pour into me. Now, he could have said, well, my boyfriend, he always poured into me. He always encouraged me. He always uplifted. He didn't say that. He said, nobody never pour into me. I always pour into them. And then I start to notice, like, maybe he feels as though he's always encouraging somebody else, but nobody's always encouraging him. Or it could be, oh, I'm just playing a victim. I'm the victim here. Nobody's paying me no mind and trying to help me. So, and I'm always trying to help other people. It could be either or. But when I heard that he started to tell things, and started to project, his insecurities of how, he feel, and how he's going through things, and how he battled with things. And I think how he camouflaged it. Oh, I'm the best. I'm the greatest. I'm that B. He say that, and obviously he's very bothered, even though he say, oh, I'm not bothered by this. I'm the best. I'm great. Can't nobody beat me. I got the best show on YouTube. But in reality, I have my own insecurities, right? And he kept saying, and he kept pacing and talking. And he said, the best time I can vent at night, and I can really, really, really talk. So I'm just hearing this, and then my mind go back to when we were talking, right? He would share different things, and I know that he have his own issues, and that's why I think he should tread carefully on, when you say that, because a person just said in the chat, and you're right, Passionate. When you say that, people start thinking like, oh, you don't need help, right? You don't need any, because you're the best. Sometimes you got to be very careful with saying that, because people would think, oh, he the best. He don't need my help. I don't need to project nothing on it. And I get it. How I can admit in this situation, you guys that are here, I know I went wrong. I went wrong a lot of times, right? And he didn't deserve the treatment that I gave him, because I would argue, I would cuss. Some days I would just as confident and switch, right? And I apologize for that. And I don't know what happened. It just really happened, and I just was really broken for that. And some of that comes from jealousy, some of that comes from envy, some of that comes from doubt, and all of that. And once you get over that, you start to think clearly. Right. And I even went on and did an interview and talked about how jealous I was. Right. And I know that's going to be a sound bite. And I know people are going to talk about that, but I've done an interview about it. Right. And then once I've gotten over jealousy and started to look at myself and to say, oh, I can do this, I can really do this, I've gotten better with it, and I've handled relationships better. Now I had new relationships where I feel as though you treat me less than. I'm in new relationship with people, and I communicate. It was one particular person that's that we're getting to know each other, and I said I don't like that. I feel like you treat me like a stepchild with a disorder. I feel that way. You make me feel this way, and and we had to have a talk, and that person, they apologize and stuff like that, and I just randomly communicated that. Right. I don't think you should hold that. If someone is not treating you fairly and having that conversation, you become you become angry. And you don't have to become angry. And you have to, you know what I'm saying, become accountable. But was I jealous? And I know this is going to become a soundbite. Oh, absolutely. Because I said, why can't I have this? What am I doing wrong? I had a conversation with myself about it, right? And I don't think a lot of people don't like to come out and say when they're jealous of someone or when they battle with that, because they're gonna, most people won't be honest and admit it, right? I admitted that on a show, and of course it got twisted up, but I had to share it because it was my truth, right? And we just didn't communicate it. And I feel like this: if you're battling with something, if I'm making you feel like your light is shining, you feel some type of way, get help for that, because y'all should have some type of relationship where y'all support each other and put each other on, right, and help each other. It should be that way. And communication is always key. And for me, I had a problem communicating with him. I had an issue with communicating with him. I had an issue. I would hold things back, knowing that I would hear it in my mind, but I just didn't verbally, say it, right. It just because it just have been that way. So when we had the conversation, we had had a conversation, and we tried to make the relationship work. We did. Where I went wrong is I allowed, right, the callers to call in. And I allowed them to project their anger about Armon on this platform, right? That's where I went wrong. How I learned from that, when I got the phone call from Official King Payne, because that brother called me on his personal phone number. He called me and he said, hey, Wiley, I would like to come on your platform. I said, that's good. I would love that. You're on the show, congratulations, and then at one point I'm like, is this a setup? Do you really want? And I allowed him to come on. But I said this, I said, I will not allow any callers to call in, because they're going to be so angry and upset. And I don't want King Payne to think that I'm that angry, because in reality, I was not angry. I'm not angry, upset, but not angry. So that's why during that interview, I made a decision not to open the phone lines, because I knew if I had them phone lines, they would have dragged and dragged and dragged, and it would have threw away the whole era of what I'm trying to do, and which is to be a peacemaker, to have this conversation and try to understand where did I went wrong to trigger him to do what he said about me. And he told me even offline what I did and how hurt he was. And we can, and I understand that. And I said, I apologize, even though he didn't apologize, say sorry to me, but I apologize to him and I move forward, right? With Armon, I think that, in this business, when you sit with other people in business, but this is the type of thing we were friends in a business, right? And sometimes when the friendship not work and I work with somebody that you used to work with, it gets kind of messy and very nasty. And it gets that type of way. So when I started to work with Tasha, I started to notice that a little clapback from Armon. You know, he felt some type of way. And his opinion, and he would say, "Oh, Tasha K drags you. You know, she talked about you so bad." And I'm like, why can't you call me and tell me, right? Instead of going public with it. And let's just say she did say that, not knowing she did. I can't be angry because in reality, how I look at Tasha, I look at that as business. I don't look at it as this is a personal friendship where we going on a yacht, where we going on vacation. It's not that type of relationship. It's something that is beneficial, that I thank her for the doors that she opened up, for the conversation, for the gems that she dropped. But it's not a type of relationship where you're going to see me on this yacht with her, because we don't have that type of relationship. Number one, she's a married woman. Number two, I'm a man, and that's not going to look right. I'm all up in Tasha K face. We on yachts, we drinking Moscato and all that. I don't see myself doing that. I don't see myself having that type of relationship, especially with a married woman. All right. Because I'm still a man. That's just how I feel, right? So I'm hearing him talk, and we having this conversation. He's having this conversation, I'm sorry, on Station Head, and he's talking to his audience, and I'm listening, I'm reading comments, and I get it, you know, I understand it. And he made a point. I'm going to say this. He made a point that his mom said, and I listened to what his mother said. He said, my mom said, with the agents, when they come into the country, they focus on one, make sure they get the money and the bread, and they spread it to the rest of them. You know, they invest in the rest of them. That's great. That's called group economics. That's called supporting one. And we as a community, we need to do that better. We as a community, we need to help each other, right? It should be where, brother, you doing YouTube, okay, I'm gonna invest in you, help me. We should. People have tried it where they have helped people put on and they leave them. I've talked to plenty managers that have managed artists, invest in the artists, and boom, once they make it, they leave the manager. So it ain't gonna be a guarantee that if you stop doing what you're doing, that they're gonna automatically help you become successful. That's not gonna automatically that's not gonna always happen. It could happen, but it's not a guarantee, right? It's like you're taking a risk. And I did not want to take, unfortunately, I did not want to take that risk. But I would never ever, you know, say that I didn't do nothing wrong, because I have done something wrong. I'm not innocent where it was all Armon. And guess what, y'all? Guess what? I ain't do nothing wrong. I'm innocent. And when he said, oh, I didn't do nothing wrong. Oh, you did do something wrong. We both have said things that were disrespectful. You have said, oh, he's the R word. Oh, he's trash. Well, was he trash and the R word? And when I say R word, he's saying retarded. Was I retarded when we were friends? When we would have conversation? Were I retarded when I was on your show? When I retarded that to say, come on out of retirement? Don't give up, because it was at one point he gave up and said, I'm done with this Facebook stuff. I'm just done with media. I said, don't give up. Come back and I'll come on your show. Like, we help each other. And that you can never, ever forget that. I'm like Soulja Boy. I was the one that got up, the first one that got up on it and encouraged you to get on YouTube. I told you the money that you can make on YouTube. And I said, you will make it. And then also said, don't change. I did. Right? I've changed, right? I should have took that advice for myself because I did change. Money changes you. You don't have to be, it could be whatever. Some popularity sometimes does change you. And I have to sometimes, try to check that at the door. I'm like, let me be humble and let me have communication. And so for these new relationships, when it comes to Monica, when it comes to Tasha K, I understand business. And if you have done something wrong, you would get an email, you would get a text, or you would get a conversation on the phone. And I'm going to tell you, you did A, B, and C, and this is how I feel. Can we talk about this? Instead of, you did that, don't worry about it. I'm going to go laugh and I'm going to drag you. That Wiley, you don't see that because I have relationships with people that have done me wrong. And you didn't see me like on the internet kind of like dragging them because I've learned from Armon that situation. That failure of that friendship taught me how to become a better person, right? And so when it comes to people that come over here from his side, I always question them. Like, okay, are you cool with me now, or would you just cool because Armon said you can't be the moderator, you can't be over here? I've had some of his former moderators email me personal things about him. You have never seen me post that on my platform. It was one particular sister was in this brother's house. Send me personal sister stuff about him. You have never seen it because, again, I still love that brother. And I'm not going to do that. They would send me personal stuff for me to post it. And I said, I'm not posting that. I'm not going to post that. No, that's too far. I don't care what they say. I don't feel that type of way. And once you go dark, deep like that, you got to go even deeper. I said, I'm not going to post that. I'm not going to put that on the platform. Now, do I troll? Yes. I'm not going to get here and say I don't. Do I make videos? Absolutely. I'm not going to say I don't. Have I learned from him? Absolutely. I'm not going to say I don't. Right? Have he trolled Tasha? Absolutely. Have he trolled and dragged Daytime Tisa? Absolutely. Have he dragged T.S. Madison? Absolutely. So I'm not going to say, have I innocent in this or have I trolled? Oh, yes, I have. Period. And so we're having this conversation. And I understand some subscribers, and I agree with Armon on this 100%. They're very fickle. I've had subscribers that were be in my DMs saying they love me. And I would be on another page just going through different, and they just be dragging me for filth. Come here. Oh, Wiley, I love you. And I understand, like, you can't put your trust in that because you're very fickle. You love me today, you ain't gonna love me the next life, or whatever. They just very, 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 very fickle. And that is a fact. It is, right? And so we had that conversation. Would I ever think that we would never ever have? I don't know, because we never met in person, right? We just had a online friendship on the phone, but we never met in person. You would think someone told me, I think y'all were ex. Y'all never slept together. Y'all act like y'all absent. That never happened. We never met in person, right? Have he offered for me to come to, California? Yes, but he was staying with somebody in California. I'm not. How can you offer me to live with you and yet you living with King Payne? That wouldn't work. That can't work. So Tank was there. He was actually there for me. He had a place where I was able to stay with him, right? And I knew him longer, right? And I knew the other person longer, so I stayed with him. And that was the key. He have been a blessing. You can't. The man bailed me out of jail. He have been a tremendous blessing for me, and I will always give him praise for what he have done for me, right? So I want to say this. Well, I see somebody in the chat that said they used to mob for Armon. Speak on the platform, brother. What did he do? Okay, give me a second. All right. If you want to come on the platform and speak, I'm going to drop the link. Because the best thing, give me a second. All right. If you want to come on, that used to mob for Armon and you want to speak on it, speak on it. I would speak on it if you want to. No one's going to do it. But back to this friendship, it didn't work. And, Tasha, came through, and I didn't want to be in between of that, but I inserted myself in it. I did, because it was good for business. It was clicks and views. People would speak, they would comment, they would call in. So what's working, continue to do it. And that's what I did. And it was very profitable for me during that time. And so I think the issue is anytime that I get some type of clout or publicity, I will be trolled by him. It's just going to happen. And then you will get those that do not like Armon, but will pretend to be anti-Wiley to be in Armon graces. But reality, they don't like Armon. It was one sister that now she likes Armon, but because she want to take down Tasha with the case, but she want the story to go viral, and she refused to give it to Armon. But now she going to give him something about the case. And like I told her in the case, when she sent somebody this way, she ain't going no jail. That Tasha K lawsuit is civil. And I said what I said to her. I said, sister, you're acting as though that lawsuit is that she's going to go to prison. And the only thing that she's going to have to pay is probably Cardi B lawyer. If she lose, Cardi B lawyer fees and some damages. Other than that, she ain't going to prison. She have not committed a criminal crime. That is civil. Will it stop Tasha K? No. Because she's media, right? She'll pay that little money, write it off a tax, do this, do that, move on with her life. Okay. So, and so that's the issue when it comes to Tasha and the lawsuit. It was a sister that was angry with me because she said, "You're not seeing my point." I said, "Sister, with all due respect, Tasha K is not going to jail. This is not a criminal case. This is a civil case, and it's just making Tasha K big. It's making her huge. Technically, the case is kind of boring because you're sending paperwork. This lawyer sending paperwork." I said, "Until it go to trial, that's when it gets juicy. I want to see it go to trial. I want to see Cardi B come up in there with a pink suit on. I want to see Tasha K come on with a black suit on, showing her new body that she didn't got from whatever, doing her workouts. And I want to see them go back and forth with the lawyers in court. That's more entertaining than me see the lawyers going back and forth. No, I want to see it in trial. Okay, I want to see what Tasha K legal team, who witnesses they're going to bring to testify, and I definitely want to hear Cardi B legal team or who they want to testify. It's entertainment. That's the reason why I took Tasha K's side, because I feel like she's right here. She's media. Why should she be silent? She didn't do anything wrong. She didn't. It was entertainment. It was the comedian. She had some of those things that Lovely T have said to her, and then also that she had some of those things that not only Lovely T have said, but some of the other things that other bloggers have said it as well. So she have not done anything wrong. And during that lawsuit that she's going to have with Cardi B, her lawyer team is ready to combat all allegations against them. They're ready for trial. And they feel as though, quote, that they will leave there victorious. That is what I'm here for. That is where it is. Okay, and so we have a moderator, ex-moderator that used to moderate for Armon, and I don't know what happened, but what I do for what Armon told me, or from his platform, he said, "Oh, he tried to use his money against me. He tried to use his brand. He was over there." And the reason why this person's in the chat now, because he came over here. I was in DC, and this Armon Wiggins, former moderator, came over in the chat. And when he came over in the chat, Armon Wiggins blocked him and fired him as the moderator. That's why I got from it, because I saw the emails, and once I read the emails, Armon was pressed that his former moderator came over here, because during that time, and he still believes this, that if I don't want any of my subscribers or moderators in the chat of Wiley, because if you're there, I'm going to block you and take away your wrench. That is what happened. He was ostracized. Yes, you was. Immediately from fellow moderators, and some of them that dish you, brother, they are no longer mods. Some of them not even mods over there anymore. I remember that. That's what happened. And if anything else, he have to say he's in the chat. So I remember that, brother. And he came over here, and we had that conversation. And you're welcome. I don't force him. You go wherever you want to go. It's YouTube, right? I don't. If you and you want to jump ship, go. Bye. Have fun, right? So that would be that. So that's what happened. He super chatted, and Armon announced that he's removing him. And they decided to go to Mixer, and the people over there dragging him. Then they did a members only live, and they dragged the former moderator because he was over here with the Wiley Show, because Wiley is the ops. Now you allow to listen to me in the bushes, but you're not allowed to be in the chat. Yeah, that's the rule he got. That's his rule. You're not allowed to call in over here either. That's against the rule. If you call over here, you will be blocked. Yeah, but I wish them peace and blessings. Is room for everyone, and hard feelings harbored. Yes, no hard feelings harbored. Okay. Those you say you would. No, I thought it was, but hey, we're gonna have a conversation. Anytime I brought up, hey, sometimes you got to renege. Sometimes it was the last time, until case by case basis, and we have to have a conversation. It's clicks and views. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, right? But we wish that brother well, and we love him, and we hope he continue to do successful things, right? Yeah. But it comes that way, Sometimes people say, "Oh, he have egos. Look how he talked down to you. I don't want no friend like that." You have some people that's that way. I'm not that way. I don't talk down to people like that. I don't. I don't be like, "Oh, you loyal to me," or because first I want to get an understanding of why you talking to that person, because you just can't automatically cut somebody off because they're talking with somebody that don't like you. Get the full reason of why they over there. They may have a relationship before they met you. You don't know. Let's talk about it before you automatically just go and cut people off. Now, do I just sit on people's platform? Now, if you're dissing somebody that I like and I'm over there kicking and laughing, that's different. You shouldn't do that, right? But if you had a relationship before our friendship, I should be secure in a friendship, not to feel some type of way. That's how I look at it as a friendship. That's how I look at it. Okay. So, all right, so I want to pose this question. Someone said this, Wiley, please. He doesn't troll you. He responds to you. I didn't say troll. Okay, let me use the word respond. Y'all really think I'm eyes up at night worried about Wiley numbers? His audience supports and gives so much. Why hate on Wiley? Right. I think it's just a response, right? I think people use trolling, that word, just out there. Because if Wendy Wells a troll, is the View the troll, is the Talk a troll? Like, we use that word so loosely, right? Okay. But I will drop the link if anybody want to speak to me, because we really much said what I wanted to say, and I wanted to go back live and talk about it. Yeah. And that's what it is. It is what it is. We had this conversation about it, and we will continue to do our content. Yeah. Okay. Shout out to the subscribers. Love you. Shout out to the Black women, the white women, all women that follow us, as well as the brothers. Thank you so very much. People are upset that we have a platform, but we built this. I'm not gonna be ashamed of what I built. I'm gonna be ashamed of the hours that we put in talking to people and going to praying for folks that had, that went through. We just had a person that had a death in her family. She just lost her mother. We were on in the DMs talking with her. So, we actually encourage some people I've started with, losing people in their family. And I'm there on the phone, encouraging them and, praying for them. I prayed for a brother that yet was going through some things. So that's the type of platform that we have. And I don't feel shame about it. You know, Wiley World got these YouTube street. LOL. I love the underdog is nowhere else to go but up. Okay, from here, Wiley and killing the serve. Facts. Thank you. Um, okay, let's do this. They said, okay, Armon and his big beef talked about big teeth, talking about Wiley mental illness. Before that, he survived the teeth comment. No agent, LOL. Yeah. So I remember, people make fun of it, but it's okay. I don't feel no ways about it. That talks about more about them when it comes to that. So we have a platform, and I want to give a special shout out to the brothers and sisters that follow our platform. We want to say thank you. Okay, we want to say just thank you so much for that. But yeah, but I've had former moderators come over here, and I don't ever mod them because I don't want to make it seem like, oh, I'm doing it to take his moderators. I don't want that type of spirit. Okay, let me see. Hey, you're welcome. Thank you so much for thank you so much for watching. I see you in the chat. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. We always go late at night. I think it's our time zone of us, our time, time slot of talking. But we have talked for about 41 minutes. Yeah. Let them come and yeah. And I want to give a special shout out to the ones that that have been with us through the thick and thin. You know what I'm saying? That have been with us when we didn't have any support, right? I've been there, right? I've been there, and shout out to the people that are actually here. And shout out to the moderators. They call, they keep me accountable. Shout out to them. And I have a rule: you can go where you want to go. I don't try to dictate to anybody that's over here where you should move. I don't do that because I don't think that's right. You know what I'm saying? These people, it's YouTube. You may like somebody that's dissing me. It's okay. It's YouTube. You're free. I don't pay your internet bill. I don't pay your light bill. So why should I tell you where you should and should not go? Right? I don't do that. I think that's not right. Right? They say I hate comment section. I may not always comment, but I definitely lurk in the shadows. Wiley Show is my favorite because it's not as messy as the rest. Thank you. Thank you for that. And people, they be in the bushes listening. And Armon, he was like live, and he was like, oh, the Wendy Williams caller called in and she said, you can't be cool with Armon. I'm like, whoa, you in my bushes? Because anytime that you talk about the Wendy Williams caller, you in my bushes? Wait a minute. When I heard that, I was like, what? Are you in my bushes? Okay. Are you in my bushes? Because when he said that, I'm like, whoa. If you can quote the Wendy Williams person, I'm like, whoa. I heard that and I was like, oh my gosh, she's in the bushes. So we in each other bushes. Because if you know that means you have to listen to the live, and because we don't take the callers until like at the end of the show. Yeah, we don't take any of the callers to the end of the show, right? Yeah, we don't. We don't take the callers until the end of the show. Yeah, that's how that is. I remember that. We don't take the callers right there to the end. So you literally have to wait to the end of the show, or someone notifies you. Oh, Wendy Williams call on there, and he was real triggered by her. I don't know if she in the bushes tonight, but I open up the phone because sometimes people don't like the StreamYard. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. All right. Exactly. They said Wendy was the last. She was the last caller. You must be a new watcher because we want extra mess. Oh, we're extra messy over here. Okay. Why paper messages being deleted? Nobody messages are being deleted. If you can't see your message, it's probably because you said a cuss word or something and YouTube have it. But we allow you to be free over here. So if you said a comment over here, just comment. And yeah, we don't have an issue with that. So if you said something and you can't hear, that's not on us.
Your show now. Press 1 to hear important.
All right, so I'm gonna open up the phone lines.
Your show is scheduled to start in 20 seconds.
Hold up these phone lines and stuff. Okay. Why y'all? I see delete. I don't see it. Okay. Maybe I need to check it. Moz, don't delete.
Your
comments.
show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3,
let them be
2,
free. It's open chat.
1.
Hold on. Let me just say. Let me post it here. Open chat.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hold on. Let me post it here. Open chat. All right. Did y'all hear that message? So y'all can hear. Did y'all hear that Blog Talk Radio message? Y'all can hear. Did y'all hear that Blog Talk Radio message? Hold on 1 second. Did y'all hear that? Did you hear that Blog Talk Radio message? Did y'all hear that message? So y'all can hear. Why do people say they can't hear the callers and y'all heard that? All right. Okay. So I can keep the headphones in there. All right. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Wiley.
Hi.
You're damn right I'm in the bushes.
Yes. How you doing?
Let me tell you, Wiley.
Okay.
I was ready to go to bed when my son told me that he was on Station Head talking about you.
Okay.
So I stayed up to listen. Okay? Let me tell you one thing, Wiley. He is the most maniacal, cynical, manipulative, condescending person I have ever seen. He's trying to make you feel a certain way about people that has an ounce of care about you. Tasha K, me, your subscribers. When have I ever said I wouldn't mess with you if you were friends with him? Find me that video.
I never heard you say that.
Find me that video. Because I never said that. Okay? You know what, Wiley? He doesn't want you to care. He doesn't want anyone to care for you. Whenever he feels you're getting too much attention, he goes on the attack. Now, what was this attack about tonight? You did absolutely nothing wrong. You know what you did wrong? You have people that care about you. You have people that's calling in. You didn't talk bad about him, but he's going to title his thing tonight, Emmett Till, and then again go off on a rampage on you. Okay? He has no idea who I am. Okay? He don't know who I know. I know KJ's entire family and how they really feel about him. Okay? Yes, his little boyfriend.
Okay, let me say.
You want to mention me and lie on me?
Okay.
I want you to find that video where I said that, because you know what? I will always support you, Wiley.
Okay, but let me say. Can I say this? Can I say this though? I don't know why you are addressed, because you are a subscriber, you are a listener, you're not a content creator. So I don't know why you were addressed. I don't understand that part.
Right. You know why? Because, again, I care about you.
Okay.
Whenever he sees someone that gravitates towards you, it's either got to be because they feel sorry for you or they pity you. I don't care for you because I feel sorry for you. I don't give to your show because I pity you. And for the record, my dear Armon, Wiley does not just get $10 and $20. He just doesn't get pennies.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Don't worry about what Wiley is getting from his subscribers.
Because it's nobody's business to know that, you know.
No, it is nobody's business. It is nobody's business. But if you notice, he always goes on the attack when he sees that you're getting attention or you're getting some type of affection or people are liking you, people are subscribing to you. He always goes on the attack. You're right. When I heard him mention me, I said, "Excuse me."
Oh, you was breaking. You was breaking up a little bit, Wendy. But we're having this conversation because he went live on Station Head, and I want to make sure that the narrative is being brought right. This is nothing that we created. This is something that he went live and he addressed this particular caller, Wendy. He addressed her on the live on Station Head.
Yes, he did. So that means that can you hear me?
It was breaking up something. You want to, it was breaking up a little bit. I want to make sure they hear you clearly because at first we can, but it was breaking up some. All right. I'm going to post the number down in the chat if anybody else want to call in, but I'm listening to it. I just want to make sure they can hear you clearly on the live with that.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yes. Go ahead, Wendy.
That means he listened to your entire show. Because like you said, the callers come in at the end. So I would like for him to produce this video where I said I would not support Wiley if Wiley is friends with Armon. Find me this video. Young man. Okay.
So can I ask you a question? Were you a subscriber or a moderator over there at the Armon Wiggins show? I'm trying to get an understanding.
Never.
Okay. What can you answer this question?
Never.
What happened when you watched him? What triggered you to not like his content? I would like to get the answer to that.
The first time, if you go back when I called into your show,
okay,
I was talking about how he speaks to Black women. I think at the time he was attacking Kaya because she took down his channel. And he was attacking Kaya. And I said that, and I said I never liked that young man because of the way that he speaks about Black women on his show. I never subscribed to his show.
So you were a fan of Kaya, and he was addressing Kaya, and you didn't like it.
I'm not a fan of anyone.
Okay.
I just didn't like the fact that he was upset because she struck his channel.
Okay.
And he went completely bonkers on her. And she had every right to strike it because she warned people. She has people that pays to come in to see her. So he's sitting there giving it away for free. So she had every right to do that. I'm not a fanatic or a fan, like I told you before, of anyone. I like you, Wiley, because you get on here and you tell your truth. Do I agree with everything you say? Of course not. You're never going to agree with anything anyone says all the time. Now, if he wants to talk to you like a man and not a jealous little schoolboy, he should call you and handle it with you. But to attack your subscribers and people that care about you is an all-time low. Who attacks subscribers? Who does that?
I don't think that's good because sometimes when you address these subscribers, they could be subscribers of his channel because we both can share the same viewer that watch both channels. So in reality, you may be talking about your own supporters that watch your channel. So you got to be careful with that because you don't know who watches it.
Right.
You know, it's not video footage of those people who watch. You know, it's anonymous. You know, it's 265 people watching now. You don't see 265 people in the chat, and most of them don't have their real name and picture.
First of all, Wiley, I'm a grown woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know him from a can of paint.
Mm-hmm.
I've been calling into your show, like I said, not because I feel sorry for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And he's trying to spread that narrative, that negative narrative, that's the only way people can like you is to feel sorry for you. You don't get on here and ask people to feel sorry for you.
Oh, no, I don't.
That's a narrative that he wants to spread. And like I said, anybody that pays you some attention, Wiley, he gets upset. He wants to be the only person. And let me tell you something. He was never your friend. I'm going to say that now on record, young man.
All right.
He was never your friend.
Really?
No. It was what you could do to help him climb. I listened to him tonight. And you were supposed to play the background. Okay? You were supposed to play the background and not get your own. Whoever seen a man in business not wanting another man to come up in business with him? Instead of hanging on to his coattail, and he can kick you off at any time. After you've helped him climb. Where do they do that at? You know?
I hear you.
He's so used to being exactly. Don't include the Wendy William caller in anything, because I will support Wiley even if you guys became friends.
But this
I don't know you.
I personally believe
so
that I personally believe that it was a friendship. I think that we won. It was a communication error. I think so. On my part, and I think it was a communication on his part. I think that it should have been communicated better. Maybe we should have worked together better to help build each other both. Like we worked to build each other up. That should have been, the message. And it's no problem because you may be in business, Wendy, with your friend. You have a salon, and and this person might have a salon on another side of town. Y'all help build each other up. There's nothing wrong with that either.
Well, and that's what I'm saying to you, Wiley.
Okay.
You build each other up. But what I'm not going to do to my friends is say, listen, you hang on to my coattail and ride the freaking wave and help me to the top, and then I'll reach back and help you.
Okay.
Now, what I'm going to say to my friend, let's ride the wave together. And get there on top together. And whoever gets there first, of course we'll reach back. But I'm not going to tell you, you sit back and help me. And then I'll come get you.
Oh, yeah, that was the message. That was the message. And I look at Oprah and Gail relationship, and their relationship is very powerful because they're both in the business. They both were in the business, and Oprah light was shining bright. And what Oprah did was, once Gail got into the business, got got more promotions, she always give her exclusives to her friend on, on CBS, right? So that relationship is an example that you both can be in the same business and you both can be successful. One do not have to stop doing what they're doing for you to only be successful.
Absolutely.
So I agree with you on that.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, Wiley, I see you maturing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? From the first day that I called you, I don't even know how long I've been calling into your show. I know I don't do it often, but it's been a while.
Okay.
And I see that you're maturing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And he's trying to keep you in a space. Listen to me. He's trying to keep you in a space and pigeonhole you because he's afraid of what you're doing. He's afraid of what you're doing. So, like I said, every time you get a little traction, here he comes. You're retarded. You're cockeyed. You're this, you're that. From what I've heard, you have said nothing bad about him in a couple of months. So where is all this hate coming from and vitriol that he has? Now he's coming after your subscribers. Young man, I dare you to find me that video where I said that. Now you're lying on me. Because I never said that. Maybe you're so used to being a bottom, you don't know what it's like to be on top.
Oh my gosh.
But I do.
I don't, but this is the thing.
I do.
Do you think that what have you ever thought about sending him an email and trying to resolve it? Have you ever thought
Wiley,
about
he's not my friend.
Oh, okay.
What in the world, Wiley, would I send him an email for? I have enough friends. I don't need this little boy. And I'm saying this because that's what he is. That's what he acts like. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to talk to you after your commentary and get the hell off the phone.
Right.
Have I made friends with you?
No, you haven't.
Am I in your DMs?
No.
No.
You always send me beautiful, beautiful cards. You know,
Yes,
you love.
I'm not
it's
a YouTuber because you know why, Wiley? Because I like you.
Right.
I genuinely like you.
Mm-hmm.
So for him again to keep saying it's a pity party, white people, don't let him say that to you, Wiley.
It's not true, and this is where he goes wrong in that, because it's not. People love us for the commentary that we deliver, and that's why I don't know how you even got on this channel. Obviously, it must have been recommended to you. I don't know, but you're here now. How did you find out about the Wiley Show?
To be flipping through YouTube.
Okay.
And I saw you, and you made me laugh so hard. That's when you were really going after like T.S. Madison or you, but you made me laugh. And you know what? I'm not telling you to attack anybody, but don't lose your comedic way.
Absolutely, because that's
get so serious and bogged down in this. You know what? That's what brought people to you.
Right. Absolutely.
So you know what? It's nice to be nice, Wiley, but sometimes you just have to give people the business.
Come on. Facts. Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
He should leave you alone. If he doesn't like you and you guys will never be friends, then leave you the hell alone. Like I like this new guy, this Kwame Brown. He keeps telling the other, leave me the hell alone if you don't like me.
And you watch him too. I watch him too.
Because
Kwame Brown is definitely great.
Yeah, that's what he should do with you. If you're never going to be friends with Wiley, then leave him alone.
Okay.
Don't attack him.
I hear your point, and you're definitely keeping it real and how you feel. I was shocked that you were mentioned today. I was surprised. I was surprised too. I was
ready to get to bed.
I was trying to. I'm surprised you ain't got no Prosecco.
I have to work early tomorrow. I can't drink Prosecco right now.
Okay.
You gotta be glad I'm not on Prosecco tonight.
Okay. All right. So let's see who this
Wiley,
is.
I want you to keep that in mind.
All right, I will.
When you have all of these people coming after you, the way that they're coming after you, you're doing something right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Don't let them back you in the corner.
No.
You're gonna now do what they tell you to do. Your subscribers are here for you.
Right. You're right.
And like I said, if you have made friends with that quack,
okay,
I will still be here for you.
All right. Thank you, Wendy.
This is what the Wendy Williams caller is saying.
Yes,
young man.
Yes.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Okay. Well, thank you, Wendy Williams.
Have a good night, Wiley.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. Okay, you callers, when you call in, make sure you speak really loud in your phone. Okay, let's go. Anonymous, you live on the air.
It's the broke, lonely, old, miserable bitch at 3 o'clock in the morning for me.
Okay. You said you said she's broken. I don't think she's broken lonely, but go ahead.
But here's the thing. That woman, first of all, she doesn't have no man, and she has nothing to do. And I've listened here, and I'm over here gagging at her. Because she's full of shit.
But you addressed her. What you addressed her? Why did you address her, Armon?
I'm gonna tell you why I addressed her. Because I don't know this woman, but this woman is like envious of my mother because my mother is beautiful and she dances with her daughters. See, first of all, let me tell you something. A rich business coined woman is not up at 3:00 in the morning on YouTube talking about a boy that they don't know in New York at 3:00 in the morning. Not somebody with a man. You feel me? Like where I'm at, it's 11 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm good. It's not 3:00 in the morning. So not somebody that has to go to work and things to do. But like I'm saying, but she got me to call in because my thing is, it's never been beef like that.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, I wanted to clear something up.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely is crazy because what I said was, and I still stand by this, we could work together. You help. It was never like the logic that she presented was crazy. First of all, I never told you to be in the shadows. I said, work with me. When I get going, we're going to get it popping, you know? And it wasn't like, oh, you couldn't do it. I think the piece that's missing, and this is why I called in, because I think that this often gets missed on your show because a lot of people, emotions get high when it comes to me and you. They always think that it was like me and you started here and we ended up at the same place. It's no shade. Me and you did start on YouTube at the same time. However, I had more followers than you. So my stuff was taking off a little bit more than yours was. And that's why I said, work with me. I can introduce you like we did, and then you do your spin-off thing. Like that was the plan from the beginning.
I want to pause right there. I was on YouTube. I want to just say this. I was on YouTube before you. I just wasn't consistent. I want that for the record.
Okay, so is that what we want to do?
No, I have to say that because I was on there. I wasn't consistent.
You was on YouTube before? Okay.
I was.
Okay. You was on YouTube before me. Okay. So who has more followers on YouTube?
No, you have more followers. I agree with you on that, but I just want the narrative to be right that I was doing YouTube before.
I don't want to get into who had more, who was on YouTube first. I'm talking about as far as we working together.
Okay.
I just want, because it's not a pissing match about who was here first. I don't care. You could have been here first. I could have been here first. Whatever. It was about the statement that was made as if I wanted you to be under me just because I narcissistically wanted you to be under me. That was never the case. It was always the situation. You remember, I called you. I'm like, Wiley, you need to get back on here, whatever. I don't want to go back down that rabbit hole. But when you were like, whatever. But the only reason why I would ever tell any of my friends anything like that, I want to make very clear, it's not because I think I'm better. It's none of that. It was very much like my mother, that beautiful woman, that beautiful 50-year-old sickly woman that dances with her children on Christmas. Bitch, I know you see dirty bitch. Sorry for cussing your life, but that beautiful woman that can go up against anybody in the face. Okay, that woman right there. She told me, because I didn't listen to her. She literally was like, bro, like, get behind me, support me, and then you guys feed off of this. So that was the ideology that I had with my friends. Now, maybe that wasn't the route we needed to take, but just being clear, that was always my intention with any relationship that I had. And it was my intention with you. Now, it got lost somewhere in translation. That's fine. But I want to make it very clear. Because my platform was seemingly growing a little bit faster than yours, I was bringing you on. People already loved your personality. We had already done this thing together. You was always my guy. So you would always provide the comedic relief. We never always agreed. That was the kiki. That was the magic of the show. We had the bullshit Bell show. We had all of that. So that was the whole plan. And we also knew what people don't know, that there was a magic in us beefing. So we were cool with that. But somewhere, somehow, it got lost in translation for me. And that was the only thing. So that's the only thing I really wanted to clear up, because it was never, oh, you know, me and you starting at 0 subscribers and we both end up at 100K or whatever it is. And this whole time I expected you to be sucking my dick. That's not what I was saying. That was never my intention for you. That's not even my intention for King Pain. It's just very much so, work with me. Just like how I work with other people that are larger than me. Work with me, and then boom, you'll be put in position when it's time. Like, that's just how it goes. Even with these celebrities, if you decide that you got a cool relationship with her, I'm going to give you some game. Sometimes you don't feel like you're actually getting respect from these celebrities, or you're not getting what you are owed from these celebrities or whatever. But sometimes people be testing you, bro, and they want to see, you know, what you're really in it for. So, you know, you might not get what you think that you're going to get today, but maybe a year from now, they be like, yo, this nigga really rolled for me. I'm going to go ahead and give you everything that I know. So that's just part of the thing. Me and you was very cool, very close. Now, some of the stuff you be making it up, talking about, I told you I was escorting. I never told you that, but okay. However, this woman getting online, I specifically, she's a fool. This woman is a fool. She's a fraud, and she's miserable. And I'm going to tell you this about this woman. This woman is trash because she sat up there when we had this conversation last time, and then you specifically made the effort to try not to beef with me. Your comments are dragging me, and you were ignoring them. And then she called you, and she said, Wiley, you're changing. Don't you forget the people that are there for you, Wiley. You get cool with Armon now, and now you're going to forget the people that have been there for you. Do you think he gives a shit about you? If at the moment that he decides, you think he's going to bring you on his channel? You're mistaken. You don't remember that day? You don't remember that? I
remember that day.
Tell
but
me I'm lying.
This
Tell
is
me I'm lying, bro.
listen to me. I remember that day. I think her issue with you, she have her own personal issue of something you said about Kaya. That's her issue, right? That's not me.
What it is. That's what it is.
That's our issue.
No,
so that
you, but this is what I'm saying. You know that's the truth. But she's trying to make it seem like she never gave you that ultimatum, but she did. So what I'm saying is, when you try, like, I'm not going to sit here and act like you ain't try to do the right thing. I know I've seen you try to do the right thing. That's why I get even more mad at you when I do, because you had people like her call in, Wiley, with that bullshit. And then she calls in the night, lonely, miserable, probably can't play with her dry ass puss. Okay. And she's trying to act like she didn't say that. But Miss Mamas, you definitely said that. And now I don't, whether you want to go pull the tapes or not, it's up.
Well, this is wherever she said, she's a listener and she's very supportive. And it is what it is. She's not a content creator. She just had an opinion. It's plenty of people that have an opinion about me.
Listen, that's not a problem. That's fine. But when it comes to trying to paint a narrative that she didn't say that, like I was just bringing her up because she's just so popping and I'm just as pressed as.
But why bring her up and she's a subscriber? Stupid. I never bring up your subscribers.
I brought her up because that's how I feel. I feel like you want to be cool, but I feel like you can't because a lot of your people hate me.
I can't be cool. I don't hate you.
Black women.
I don't hate you.
They don't like me. Your people don't like me.
Can I say this though, Armon? Can I just be honest with you on this? Okay. I literally just do comments. I do not hate you. I've learned some things from you. I don't. And unfortunately, I understand what you're saying about the subscribers, and I get it. But it's some subscribers over at your end that say left, that they say different things. I never respond to them in a live though because they're a viewer. I don't take it personal. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Again. I'm saying this in regards to you. I don't give a fuck about the bitch. I'm saying I feel like they have an influence on how you conduct yourself when it comes to me. So that is why they got brought up. I don't give a damn about any of them people.
Can I say this? But it's not true though. Like I honestly, what I would say is that when we have a conversation, what I should have did is we could have communicated offline. And I apologize for it. Whatever how you feel, like I said, I'm sorry about that.
Before we move to that part, can I just make it clear about the subscribers? Because that will get twisted up. Somehow I give a damn about these people that I don't know. No, my issue was never specifically about the subscriber. They got brought up because they're fickle. And I personally, if you want me to be honest, I feel like, maybe not all, but you have a large fan base that has either been hurt by me in some type of way, whether they're an ex-moderator that's been fired and let go because they're messy, or they're a Black woman that feels triggered by something that I've said, yada, yada, yada. That's why and then you were doing the damn thing when it comes to dragging me out, and they felt like, yes, this is where I can go and clear it out for Armon.
But I want to say this: the women that follow me,
demographic of people there.
All right, the women that follow me is very good. Whatever they go through, because I go through personal thing too. But I want to say this though. Our conversation where you called somebody out of their name or called them a monkey, I was critical of that. It wasn't me pandering. I just disagreed with that. That was it. It was that simple. The way how you disagree with any blogger that say something that you don't like.
And that's fine. And that's fine. We can get to you and I, but before we get to you and I think, and I'm being the most respectful, I just think it's very important to make sure that we finish the sentence and add a period and move to the next one, because if not, words can get people are ready to blur what I'm saying. So I'm not passing you off. Me and you, we can get to me and you in a second, but I just want to finish and put a pin in the subscriber piece. Okay. So I just want everybody out there to know that it was never about, ooh, I'm pressed about a person's voice. No, my only issue was I felt like, and whether we're going to be honest about it or not, whatever, it's my opinion. I personally feel, and I'm entitled to that you have a demographic, maybe not all, of people that have been hurt by me or offended by me. So they come over here because you were very critical of me, and this is where they can get their rocks off.
But I also
not all, but a lot.
Again, we all have demographic. I can't say that to be factual. I don't know, because I have not done a poll on how they feel, right? But regardless, but when I go to your people, they say left eye, they say cross eye, they say retarded, they say crazy, they say a lot of things, but I don't respond to that.
Because they feel some type of way.
It is what it is.
I'm not gonna sit up here and say I don't have a demographic of people that can't stand Tasha K.
Okay.
I do, but I'm a real bitch. I'm gonna tell you. I got people over here that can't stand Tasha K, and because I can't stand her, they come over here and fuck with me. That's just real.
That's real.
I'm not gonna act like that's
Armon. Whatever they feel that way, I have no control who come over here and watch.
No,
I don't
said that you did.
Okay.
I never said that you did. I just was saying what I felt. So I don't know why you're trying to make it about you.
No, whatever the platform, whoever is, they feel this type of way. That's natural. You go where you appreciate it. You go who
making it about you,
who preach about whatever. That's a natural, a natural thing, right? Just like Tasha K, you're critical of Tasha. For those that don't like Tasha, when they unsubscribe, a lot of those people went to your channel. So that's a natural reaction. You go where you hear with whoever is believing in your same ideology.
So that just proves my point about that woman. Like, we're on the same page. I understand. So that's all I'm saying about that woman.
But that's not to get so personal with her, because she have a right to how she feels.
It was never about me being pressed about her subscribers. It was just about us being honest about the fact that some of your subscribers are jaded about me. Period.
Right. Well,
so
again,
now we can talk about me and you.
Right. But like for us, like I said, we had the conversation. I had issues that was going on. It is what it is, right? It was a public issue. I just want to make it further on the record. I did not do that library situation to go viral. I was literally out of my mind. That is the truth, right? And we didn't never meet in person. I did call you one time from the mental institution, so you know that I'm not doing this to go viral. I literally had something going on with me, and I don't. We never met in person, but yet you did get a phone call from me from the mental hospital, and you actually called me back from the mental hospital, from the mental facility. So this is nothing to go viral. This was actually a serious situation that I was battling with.
I mean, I'm not here to really try to. I can't tell you what you were feeling. I know what I felt.
I know
during
what
that
you
time,
felt. You were
and I know
hurt,
your
but I'm just
acting
telling
shows,
you where
so,
my
I mean, I
diagnosis came
can't really
from.
say.
Right, because we never met. And this is where I say, get a psychiatrist on the show. Let someone that come from that tell you. I just had an issue.
That's not the problem that I have.
And I will go back and forth with you. I will argue with you. I will cuss you out. I've done nothing, and I apologize for that, right? And I think we at a better place. I have new relationships where from our failure I know how to handle it better. I know if I have a disagreement with someone that I don't take it public to YouTube. Right. How do I learn that? I learned that because of our failure, that you don't have to do that. I have to learn that, right? And I was wrong. I should have never dished you publicly. I should have called you from the phone, let you have your moment, because sometimes you have your moment. I should have just let you have your moment. You could have called me. Okay, let's talk about that. That's what I should have did. What I went wrong is I went public with a disagreement, and I've done that, and that's why I apologize to you for doing that. And I think that's where your anger is coming from, is because I did something so public yet again. So I apologize for that. For when we had a disagreement, I should have just called you.
Honestly, that's it. Mm-hmm. Like, that's honestly it. That's it. Like, I'm not even here to act like I ain't shade you. My only issue was this: when people be like, "Oh, well, he's," that was when you would say, "Oh, it was a mental illness and this, that, and the third." I couldn't really buy all the way into that, because I'm like, bro, yeah, maybe that was what it was, but I known this nigga before YouTube, and so some of his actions, even with the shit, like for these last 3 years on YouTube, he's still been acting that way. So this is one of the first times that you like, yo, this is what it was. So my thing is, even if like, I just couldn't buy into it, because I felt like, yeah, you were justifying and you were clearing up. You made peace with your mom. You made peace with these situations. You made peace with the library situation, but yet you still were allowing the public to feel like that I had did you ultimately wrong, and you were blaming it on like King Pain without realizing that, nigga, that I had your back, and that I told you, I said, listen, if we ever fall out again, please don't take it to the internet, because you had literally did that to me 4 times previous on Facebook, and I begged you not to do it on YouTube, because neither me or you, we both gave up on this shit. And I said, bro, if we get on here, we cannot fall out. We have to stick together. Mm-hmm. And the minute you felt like I didn't have because you didn't communicate with me, or because you were still feeling some type of way that I interviewed your parents, you had some animosity towards me, you went and did it again. And I'm like, why you didn't tell me?
I should have, I had communication problems, Armon, during that time, really going through a lot. And I should have communicated that to you. And that's why I apologize to you. Honestly, from my heart, I was wrong. I should have called you, and I didn't. And I took it public. But I will tell you this, I'm just not that same person anymore. We had our issues. This situation today with the library situation, this is because both of us as public figures, and you made a comment about that, right? The Emmett Till situation. I just don't want people to get the narrative twisted that Emmett Till is our ancestor. We make fun of Wiley all day, but let's not make fun of the ancestor, someone that did die. And if y'all don't know who he is, make sure you research him. So how can we move forward in this? Because I think with you and it was a communication error, and you wanted an apology from me, and so I gave you one, and that's how I really
it wasn't really even an apology, but I appreciate that you.
But I have to, because I was wrong.
Because it wasn't about like you giving me the apology. Honestly, it was more so. Even if you like at a space right now, like, nigga, we probably will never be besties, and I'm cool with that. But even if you got to a place where you were just able, like, all I honestly wanted from you, and I could have been cool with it, honestly, all I wanted was, while you were clearing up everything else, you didn't leave any, like, with the situation with us, you didn't leave it so up for interpretation. And I kind of felt like, a little bit of it because of the Tasha piece and because of the whatever me and you had going back and forth. That was the only piece that you didn't mind leaving out for the public to go ahead and make whatever they wanted to make out of it, even though you knew the truth. And so I felt let down because there was times where I was like, you know, I like how you always say, like, how you cool with Madison? How you cool with Daytime? Because we're able to both be like, yo, this was where we did wrong. I always felt with you, and just like with Tasha, you know, I felt like, but we'll finally make it with her. With you specifically, I felt like, you know what I mean? You literally would allow the people when to try to push this narrative when you knew that it wasn't true, when you knew that, I'm not saying I was better than Tank or this, that, and third. And let's be very clear on that. Let's clear this up. I was not living with King Payne when I told you to move out there. You know, I had my own place, and I said, we can get a place where I can help you get a place in Sacramento, or we can be roommates in LA. There was never, I was living with my mother, and I was looking for a place. You know that. So that was, so when you go and tell these stories up until recently, you were never, I was sending you apartments, and I told you, we can do this show, the Bullshit Bell Show, if we live together. So I get frustrated when you try to make it seem like I just wanted you to live in my shadow, when the whole thing is, bitch, I wanted you to move to LA, move to California, so we can work together simultaneously. But you never tell that part of the story. And that's why I be like, this nigga be trying me.
And sometimes I forget stuff too. Like honestly, I remember I was going to try to, I think you were upset. I remember what to tell this. I said, oh, I'm moving to LA or something. I was moving to with someone. He was, oh, you about to do this, you know, something happened. But I was trying to get out there, and it just, you know, honestly, it didn't work. But, you know, we never met in person, and yet we argue, or yet we go back and forth as though we met in person. But we had a communication there. You know what I'm saying? We would talk on the phone, and we have a communication. And I always knew that you was going to be successful on YouTube. I told you that. I knew that because you had something
but I feel like
special.
This is what I feel, but see, before we get to there, why don't you know? Because this happens every time I come on your platform.
Okay.
It gets misconstrued. Because it needs to be clear why I had an issue. I had an issue because I feel like the Armon Wiggins Wiley Show story was never fully told when it comes from your mouth. That is the issue that I have had. And so I feel like the role that I play as a support system to you always gets kind of pushed to the wayside. But the one thing that you always push to the forefront is, I wanted you to uplift my show. But you never talk about how I supported you. And so that's why I say, okay, I'm gonna pull away, because it's like, or that's when I say, you know what? Yeah, he's the R word, or he's this, he's that. And I don't feel bad, because it's like, how does he know when to use those triggers of, oh, Armon is a narcissist and arrogant, and he wanted me to uplift his show, but you never find the time to tell the people that I wanted you to move and be my roommate so we can work side by side together. You never tell that part of the story. You know what I mean? And so that's when I'm like, you know what? I can't fool with this nigga.
I talked about
telling the story that benefits.
I always talked about the part that you have been very supportive of our show, and I really focused on too, and maybe you didn't like it, that he wanted me to stop doing what I'm doing. Maybe it's the way how you say stuff, and I don't think you mean the way you say it. Maybe it's like your delivery comes off as ooh, you know, and that's just how I felt. I should have communicated that with you, and we could have just sat and had a conversation. I don't think we would have ever been in this place that we is today. Do I regret not taking your advice and to just help you and you help me? I regret that. You know, I would say this. I battled with that. I did. And I felt as though that, and I had to take ownership because I did make a mistake in the relationship. I dissed you publicly. I did.
The only reason why it could be you're going to be successful, and you know some of the women may not like this. The only reason why it's an issue, why we should have not been at this place, because at the end of the day, you're bi, gay man, whatever. I'm that too. Trying to get mainstream in a heterosexual Black
dominated
community culture full of homophobic people. We definitely don't need to be at odds.
No, we don't. We should.
But
we should.
That we definitely don't need to be at odds, because at the end of the day, we're faggots to them.
Oh yeah, I've been called that plenty of times.
Period. In a minute, they will unsubscribe from you or me the minute we say something against Kaya. Don't you ever forget it.
It's the truth. It's the truth. I've said things against
forget it.
Nikki, and I've
Don't
been called
you
the F
forget
word.
that shit.
That's
So if we never talk again, understand that.
okay. That's the truth. But I will say this though. What I've learned in that is, hey,
And
just
that's a fact.
be focused on your base, because people come and go. You can only just keep going, because if I stop, they unsubscribe. Like, people had unsubscribed. We lost like 1,000 subscribers because of the whole Nikki thing. And I did it because I wanted to just do it. It was my decision. I said, hey, I want to do this. And that's how I felt. And now we gained them back. But I will say this to you, you're doing great. I just feel like some of your language comes off as a turnoff. You know, you're turned up, but some women be like, oh, I don't like that. You too arrogant. Some people don't like that, and that's okay.
Well, to me, that's not my. Honestly, I'm not going to change that. I even told my dad, look, people think I'm arrogant. My dad was like, you got to be a little arrogant, And so, listen, I'm not.
But I think you're not a little arrogant, my boy. You must admit you a lot of arrogant. You got that a lot.
No, I'm not.
You're not.
But I'm not though.
But you say it a lot though.
I really don't think
you say it a lot though.
No, I don't think that I honestly, I don't think that I am. But at the same time, I just think a lot of but you got to understand, this is part of the business. The transgender community don't like me, but the Black women community think that I care all about the gays. They don't realize the trans community don't like me. The Black women community don't like me. There's people that don't like me. I don't give a damn. There's people that are going to like me. You think I'm going to sit here and because I don't think OG is cute? Listen, oh well. If you're mad about that, girl, oh well. I'm not going to sit here and ponder on that. People don't like me because I will tell them that I don't care about your super chat. Oh well. No one's going to make me feel like because they sent me $20 or $100, or in my ex-moderator's case, $300, and then they took the money back. I don't care. Nigga, I went and bought a new car after that. You think I don't, because I'm not too good to go to work. You feel me? Before, you know me. I was on Facebook monetizing before there was a YouTube. So you already know I didn't even want to get on here. So YouTube was not about the money. So see, that's the thing about me. See, that's what people don't know, but you know this about me. So this is why I'd be like so irritated, because you know me before this. I don't mind going to work. So there's not going to be one subscriber that's going to, because they're going to donate something to me, that's going to have me by the balls. If I don't agree with something, I just don't agree. It doesn't make me a colorist. It doesn't make me transphobic. It just makes me me. Now, maybe you don't like my personality because I'll get on here with some gold jewelry and a Versace robe. Oh, well, girl, if you think that makes you, if that triggers you, I don't know. If my mama dancing her kids on Christmas triggers you, I don't know what to say, baby. Like, I don't know what to say. I'm not going to get on here and tell you every issue that I'm having. That's just not my brand. I don't know.
That's more so not your show. Everybody's different. Some people like myself is more like, I will tell you about my upbringing. I will tell you about family. I will say this. I'm just different. Everybody is different in how they do their platform, and that's just how that goes. I like, again, I wish that I would have communicated with you, and I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I should have picked up the phone. I don't know if you would answer. But I wish I would have done that. Now, when it comes to the Tasha K piece, I want to say this on the record. Tasha K never say troll Armon. She never says that. Never. We don't have conversations about that. I do have a conversation with my audience about it because it's a trending topic, because it's popping. So I talk about Tasha K, and if you mention her, I will address it on my platform. That's just business. It's a trending topic. But Tasha never, ever tells me to call and make fun of Armon. Never. She never tell me to do that. And that's a fact.
Well, I'm glad that you told me that, because like I'm letting that go. But I think I needed to let that go for me, because but that was my intro to the game. I had never been worn out like that before in my life. I had let my guard down, and somebody was able to, get to me and then basically lie. You know what I'm saying? They were able to lie, and then people looked at me like, I was somehow so, and then it was like this idea of, oh, you're hurt. Oh, you're just mad. Oh, you feel slighted.
What did she lie about, Armon?
Yeah.
What did she say? Because you said lie. What did she lie? You talking about when she said you only known each other for 28 days?
Lie about her. I really would not want to make this lie about her.
Okay.
Lie about her because but I will just say this. She will tell you that I shaded her. And see, I'm an adult enough to tell you where I was wrong. She will say that I shaded her because I created Be Original Bitch when she was doing the gunshots and the twerking. However, that only came, it's not an excuse, it's just a fact. That only came because I felt like I was doing a lot of support for her, texting her, egging her on, and the support was not reciprocated. However, I started seeing my style being implemented in her shit. You know what I mean? And that also came after I asked her if I could pay her for promotion, and she said no. And then I started seeing my style being implemented in her stuff. So that was where that came. That's what she will tell you why. Now, for me, we all know it was the Dr. Sabi. I felt like she told me that she was working on an interview that was going to change her life. And it was Dr. Sabi's people. The 3 days later, they called me and said they want to interview with me. Me being the understudy, because I did look up to her. I'm not too arrogant to say that. She had the bigger platform. I said, well, how do you want to do this? In my mind, I think when an artist goes to like New York or, you know, I don't know, they go to Wendy, they go to Hot 97,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they go to the big, they
tour.
make sure they go to Wendy, but then they make sure they hit the Breakfast Club. I didn't mind being in the Breakfast Club and she be Wendy Williams. I didn't mind that. So I came to her and I told her, I said, so how do you want to do this? And she was like, well, you take the interview, take it. Cause I'm like, girl, they had hit me up, girl. The Dr. Sabi people hit me up. She was like, oh, take it. Absolutely. You take it. Then I found out that she sent them a contract and told them not to interview with me or anybody. You know what I mean? But my whole thing is, why would you pretend like you told me to, you know what I mean? Like, why would you tell me to take the interview if you was going to slight me and tell them not to interview with me? So I felt some type of way because, you know me, I'm big on loyalty. I don't tell you nothing that I'm not on. So if you telling me that this is the interview of your life, I'm going to let you know, listen, this is your interview. I don't really know much about them, but I think I'll do them after you. How should we handle it? You know what I mean? I didn't have to tell her that, but I told her and she like snubbed me. Now, my only where I had to eat my cake is she did that to Mona Simone, and I kind of laughed in Mona Simone's face, and she did that to Essie Berry. And people don't remember Essie Berry, and I didn't get it because I was cool with her. Now I get it. Did that bother me? Yes. But at the same time, it was like the first person that ever really truly burnt me in business. So it is going to leave a little stain with me. It is leaving a little stain with me because I had never, me and you was both new on here. I had never been got like that. You know, we always have those conversations of this motherfucker acting funny, this motherfucker acting phony. You feel me? Like, but no one ever outright burnt you and was like, bitch, I was never your friend, bitch. Like she went online, was like, she was never my friend. I'm like, girl, like, you didn't have me talk to your daughter. Like, girl, you didn't told me, like, when you and Daytime was having wings and hookah, you were like, yeah, you my friend, so we gonna come out here. And she, like, the whole shit, like, so, but when y'all try to say that I'm hurt because I want her approval, it's not that. It's more so, this was the first time that I really learned, bitch, this industry, because I was new. I did not know. I thought that we were really friends, and I realized we were never friends. It was just business. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I learned that through her. Now, do I think that it was a nasty way to do it? Yes. So a little bit of me is like, fuck, is that like, do I have to be that person to be successful? Because she is successful. So a little me feels some type of way like, damn, I never was like that to people. You know what I mean? Like, do I have to be that fucked up to be successful? I don't want to be that now.
I would say this: you have to
now, whether you believe me or not, I don't care because I know what happened.
But I will tell you this, and this business from speaking from experience, you can't say, "Oh, I want to interview this person," because they could end up on somebody else's platform. And you have to, I've been there. So now you have to learn, you can't share everything with people. I've learned that. And I understand you're hurt. If that happened, you will be hurt. You will be pissed. And it's hard. But I think that you learn from that. I think that you mature from that. Would you ever let that go and be like, okay, I'm gonna just pay it?
Well, yeah, I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice to let it go. But it had never happened before. And so it gagged me. Like, it's just what it was. Like, it's let go to a certain extent, but it's like, it still left a bad taste in my mouth because I'm looking like, damn, like, that was like, is this what this industry is? Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, and then I think it was more so the idea of like, people just made it seem like I was so wanting to be her or wanting to be aligned with her. And I'm like, that's never been the case. Nigga, I haven't been on TV and everything before YouTube. So I don't need a Tasha K. Like, you know,
I would say like, this though, people will always believe what they want to believe. And another thing, you at a disadvantage. Exactly. You have someone with a larger platform, with a larger voice. And once a narrative is out there, even if they don't believe it, it's more entertaining.
She's a black woman. And then people already don't like me because of this black, and most of our followers on YouTube are black women. But remember, we didn't have that before.
It was
but
gay
remember,
people.
we noticed that Madison remember when we was on Facebook, we didn't have a black woman audience. It wasn't until we got over here that we understood, okay. And then I don't care what you say, the black woman audience, whether they like Tasha or not, if you put her up against a gay man, she's gonna go and side with Tasha K. Period. For the most part.
For the most part, I hear your point, and that's just the reality of it. You're gonna have that challenge, Armon. This is on the first time you're gonna have that. Being a black opinionated gay man, you're gonna ruffle a few feathers. Because in the industry, they only think, oh, we only need one, and then you're dark skinned. So so that you're gonna get that more and more and more. But I just think like you got to know how to handle it better, because honestly, you're gonna get more letdowns in this business.
Now I get it. So now. I don't, before, when I felt slighted, I felt some type of way, whatever. I don't feel any kind of way anymore. Like with that situation, the only thing that like kind of it doesn't really grind my gears now, because I feel like over these last 3 years, I've proven that I see my influence in so many YouTubers. It's ridiculous. So it's not even about, but people like to try to use it. Oh, he want to be with Tasha K. I'm like, child, it's not giving that. It was just more so, bitch, she had worn me out and lied on me and had people thinking that I was just my feelings with her because somehow I wanted to be her friend, which was not it. I just thought that we was cool, and I just had never been lied on to that. And I just don't move that way. Now, I don't want to make it about her, but me and you, again, like I said, my only issue with you is that I felt like you was keeping bits and pieces of the stories out of when I was there for you, when in order to appease that percentage of people that follow you that don't like me. So I felt like in order to keep those people satisfied, you wouldn't tell them the truth about my character when it pertained to me and you. And that was the issue that I had. And I felt like, and that was it. I didn't even care about you linking with Tasha and so I just knew that was petty. My only issue is when you would tell the story about you and I, you would never tell when I was there for you. And I think out of anything, that fucked with me more than you being cool with Tasha and Storm and all the Millie and all, because that shit is just YouTube shit. But when you was in that fucking place, you called me.
I did. I called you.
You did. You did. And see, that part gets so swept under the fucking rug. And that's what disappoints me. Because all these motherfuckers want to believe that I just hated you and I was a narcissist and I wanted you to live in my shadow. But when you were at your lowest time, I was on the phone. Nobody else. So if people want to know why I'm like, I'm done, it's because I don't give a fuck about you being cool with her. Who gives a fuck about her? You know what I mean? And I'm not even trying to cuss my bad, but who cares? She's fucking pennies compared to what we're talking about. On some shit when you were really down, nigga, I was there. And maybe I wasn't there physically, but I was there on the phone. And I was like, bro, get it together. get out here and do this shit. Nigga, I don't even fuck with Fly Young Red because of you. Because I was defending you.
Oh, God, don't bring that up, but okay.
But you know that because
Okay.
I was defending you.
Yeah, you was.
I burnt bridges for you.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. But
those pieces of the story never get told because you got weirdos at 3 o'clock in the morning that can't even get their own pussy wet.
I would tell you that. I would tell you this. I have credited you many times, but I feel like, maybe you didn't hear it, but I have. And I would say it again. You were there. We will have these conversations. You would say, okay, Wiley, you come on the live. We'll make this plan and stuff like that. And we would do it. And people say, oh, y'all have a great relationship. This is good. So you have done that. You know what I'm saying? Because many times, like, you gave up. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I first started YouTube, the Scorpion Show, all of them, I just gave up because it was difficult on YouTube back in the day because you had to do pre-recorded videos. It was no lives. Lives now, it's easier to be put on because you just put a title and give audience. But back in the day, you had to do pre-recorded videos. It was no live feature. And I just gave up and I just found you on Facebook. And I don't know how it happened. We just start talking and we just started doing videos. We never had a sexual relationship. We never talked about sex. It just have been business and topics. And that was it. You was just almost like a big brother because you had the popular platform on Facebook. I remember when they were talking about advertisement on Facebook and I sent it to you. And then you had the commercials on Facebook. And I remember it like it was yesterday. And you had haters then, you know what I'm saying? During a moment.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So again, when you have these callers call in and try to make it seem like, and there's no other way to say this without, people feeling like I'm trying to big myself up. But my platform was bigger than yours. So that's why I was like, bro, I was one of the first people that they monetized on Facebook. This is before YouTube. We moved over to YouTube. Now you see how the shit works. You got mad at me thinking that I wasn't trying to give you no super chat money when you didn't. We don't even get paid for that.
Right. I know that now.
Acknowledge that.
I know that now.
You never tell that story.
I forgot about that. Okay. I forgot about that piece because now I know that it's a while before you get the super chat. I thought back in the day, you guys, when you're talking about when you monetize, you get the check today. The same day you don't. You have to wait like a month to get it. And you don't even get all of it. They take a percentage out of it. So you were right.
You had all your people thinking that I was getting all this money and not sharing with you. So
I remember that.
Thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And you never cleared that up.
I'm clearing it up tonight. You just remind me about that because I remember I said that and I was wrong.
Yeah, you always. Isn't it interesting that the positive things you don't remember really?
Okay, but I remember some positive stuff for mine. It's like a lot of stuff, that I kind of forgot, and you brought it to my remembrance, and we could talk about it. But you were right. You didn't get the check that day, and I was so mad because I thought you get it that day. It was my fault. I was so immature, right? I was very immature. I was, but now we are, I think, more mature in this business or how this business operate is, I know how to handle relationships. I don't look at Storm, Tasha, Millie, none of these people as my friends. I look at it as a business. Honestly, because friends are when you go to the house and you hang out and you have fun. Partnerships is on YouTube. It's a partnership. A business
honestly,
decision.
Those people, none of those people are important because the shit that we had going on was like those people are new. All those people are new, bro. They really are just pieces, little minion pawns to the story. Like that's the new age shit. Like that's not even honestly, those people are not important. That was like once we had boom, we decided that we were not fooling with each other and we were gonna be all right, boom, you got new people, I know new people, whatever. Those people are not important. We gotta get to the importance is the base of where all this started, and we had a pact when we came on here, and you broke the pact. You know that. You know that. You know that.
Again, in this relationship where I went wrong,
you know that.
I told you what. But Armon, what do you want me to do? Sing it in a song?
No, I'm just saying,
I told you where I went wrong.
Now, no, I know that, but I'm just saying. I just wanted us to be very clear on what happened.
Mm-hmm.
It had nothing, because it's easy for people, because these people on YouTube, they don't know. They come in and out. They've been here for maybe 6 months, a year. They don't know. So they think it's Tasha K. Who gives a fuck? This is not what this is. This is before we decided to go live for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
We had a pact. So, you know what I mean? Because people in the comments, they fucking stupid about thinking about other content creators.
And I broke the pact in that situation. I did, because I went public with it. I admit it. I remember the day I was crying. I was really hurt, and I was hurt. I was hurt, confused, and needed some treatment, right? Because I was really manic that day anyway. So I got the help, and I'm in a much, I think, better place. Now, me talking with you, I can hear your side, and I listen to you. And one thing that you said that struck me, you said that I pour into a lot of people, but I feel like I don't get that in return. And and then sometimes I think you tell people what to, give them suggestions, and they don't listen to you. I feel like you go through that a lot as well, right? So I'm listening to your and that could become, frustrating. And I think when you deliver it, people are like, oh, he's so disrespectful. But if you take away the disrespect, the cuss words, I think you hear like, oh, I was slighted, I was hurt. You know what I'm saying? I go through things too, and you even admit it and say you go through things as well.
About people. I feel like I pour into just different people around me. Just like, it's easy to mistake my confidence for arrogance, or it's easy to mistake the fact that I'm not going to let you piss in my face and call it rain or water.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna like, and because because a subscriber, I don't give a damn how much money they have, would never be able to grab me by my balls and tell me what I'm going to do or who I'm going to associate with on my channel, like what kind of content to make. I don't care, but I'm not afraid to go and work, because I've been canceled over my opinion, and I stand by it. You know what I mean? So once you get canceled for real, then you don't care. I've done tarot where people on my channel where people laughed at me, and you aided at it. So now, like, I don't care. You know what I mean? So my point is this, like, so now, while people think that they were hurting me, they just made me stronger. So now I'm even more so, bitch, you can leave. And and my moderators know, they will. I don't give a damn. You got one in the chat. If you donate $5,000, bitch, you fuck with the ops, you're gone. You're messy, you're out. Bye. I don't need your money. You can never buy me. Period. I don't need money like that. I mean, everybody needs it, but I don't need your money. Like, you're not gonna buy me, and you're not gonna send me money and think that you can move any kind of way because you're paying. I don't give a shit. I will show you that your money means nothing to me. Bye. Adios. So now you'll be somewhere over here mad talking about what it used to be like. That's the energy I'm on. And see, when I talk like this, this really ruffles the girls' feathers. They can't take this.
But you have confidence. I think you have the confidence.
It's not arrogant,
but
confidence.
I just think, and then also too, you come from a 2-parent household, so you come from a different era where your father, you love him, and he instilled a lot of things in you. So I get it. You come from a different, background. A lot of people get turned off by that, but you just have confidence, and it is what it is. And some people are just turned off by that. Some people are turned off by that. But you did say to this particular person you're talking about, he came over here, he super chatted, and I don't know all the ins and outs, but what I do know is one day he super chatted, and then the next day you say he had to go.
Absolutely. Let me tell you something. If you're over here dragging me, and my moderators are super chatting you, they're gone.
I was in DC. I don't know.
Why would you be? You can't be a support. It's one thing to watch, but it's another thing to be pouring into a bitch that's over here laying me out, laying my nigga out, calling me shitty, saying all kind of nasty, dirty things, and you over here laughing, kiki and kai and sending this bitch money. You gotta go. You're messy. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go, girl. You gotta go. I don't need you in my camp. And that's in real life. That's off of YouTube. I don't roll with bitches like that. And you shouldn't roll with bitches like that. Now, these motherfuckers in the chat may act like they roll like that because they don't like what I'm saying right now. But ain't nobody. That's just like bitches in the chat. You not friends with somebody, and your BFF is friends with them and spending money on them and taking them out to eat. You like, bitch, why are you taking this bitch out to eat? She was just talking shit about me. That's weird. You gonna be looking like, what?
Mm-hmm.
You're my best friend. Why are you giving this bitch money? Taking her out to eat.
Is that a control? Is that a controlling part for you? Is that
anybody that don't get that? Anybody that don't get that?
Okay.
That's why you don't follow me.
But you don't have. But
anybody that don't get that, they not meant to be on my page.
Okay. Is that like a controlling factor too? Like, can a person?
No, that's real. Think about it. Would you want that?
No, I don't have that.
Would you want your moderators over here? Me, if I'm dragging you, would you want them over here super chatting me?
That honestly, it don't bother me.
How would that like?
Because I don't look at it like that, Armon. I don't. It is what it is. I work with people that just definitely don't like me, so that really don't bother me like that because it's the internet. Now in my personal space, I don't have that energy around me. I really only have one friend, just one. I don't have friends because I think that word, I don't throw it around loosely.
This is where we're different. And this is why this is the beauty of the internet. You can have a bunch of people over here that will be mixy and sit in bitches' faces that don't like you and super chat them and kiki and be fake like you one day and then go over here and talk about you with the bitch that don't like you. I don't like that. So if that makes me controlling, bitch, I'm a controlling
because with me, because how I look at it on mine is that people I don't pay their internet, and the internet you can watch whoever you want. You can donate to whoever you want to donate.
It's not about paying. I don't pay my best friend's internet.
Okay.
I don't pay Official King Payne internet. But Official King Payne not finna go sit and discuss me with a bitch that don't like me.
Mm-hmm. I don't think
not happening.
Okay, but speaking on the subscriber piece, they should go freely because just the internet, right?
Subscribers can do whatever they want to do, but not moderators that's trying to be close to you and be part of a bigger picture.
Okay.
See, I don't know what kind of conversations you have with your moderators, but before all the moderator mess, I was building a relationship with my moderators where we were working on business things like that. And I was meeting up with them. So as a YouTuber, as a public figure, a person that I'm giving my access to, my phone number to, I'm meeting up with you. I'm willing to sit in your space and give you my energy. I'm not doing that with bitches that want to link up with everybody.
Okay, I hear you. I hear your point. I've met. I've met.
So hard
no.
Why that's hard to
no,
think.
it's not. Maybe it's your delivery, but I've met some of my moderators, beautiful by the way, and we have a beautiful relationship. I just think like the conversation is you can go where you want to go. I can't control another person.
First of all, let's be very clear. I'm the one that probably started. You cannot mod for multiple different channels. And I've heard you say it. I've heard other moderators fire bitches for moderating for other
But I have moderators that moderate for other
dragged
channels
me for
though.
that.
No, but
Y'all
I have
dragged me for that.
I understand that, but I have
for that.
I have
So y'all
moderators that
implemented
mod for other
same
channels though.
policy.
I have mods that moderate for other channels. It is what it is.
And let's be very clear. That same moderator that came over here to me, from me to you, you modded them and then fired them because they were messy. Let's be clear.
I'm not going to make a comment about that, Armon. This is about us.
Of course, you're not going to make a comment like that about that.
Why would I do that? Why would I do that? That's not. He's not on the line.
It's the truth.
But he's not on the line, Armon.
But okay, so then let's not talk about moderators.
Okay.
So let's not talk about it. If you're not going to talk about it, let's not talk about it.
Well, you have an issue with that moderator,
because, No, I don't. I'm not. What you're not going to do is make this about me and him, because what I said was a fact. You modded that person and you let them go because they were messy. The same reason why I let them go. Now, don't play in my face.
Listen, Armon.
That's all I'm saying. It's not about that moderator. If you understand the principle of how this shit works, so stop trying it.
You know what? I want to say.
Motherfuckers is messy.
And they people can be messy. That's true. That's true. They can. But I want to say this though. You said that
right. Tay said, oops, so you fired the same moderator for being messy? That's T. Exactly. But these parts of the story get left out.
Listen, I'm not going to get into that, you guys. I'm not going to get into that. Listen, what I was trying to do, we trying to resolve this, and Rod trying to be messy and spilling some tea. Okay. Oh my gosh. Why you say he was
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Listen.
No, I don't know why, but I'm just saying, like, because y'all be trying to put it on me. So
Okay.
let's really talk about it. So at the end of the day, it's not about the moderators. It's not about the subscribers. I want to leave on with this because I'm sure she's holding on the line, or she'll be back tomorrow with her dry ass voice and her fake ass bags that she got and her miserable ass life. She'll be back here trying to make some sense over some shit that she lied about. The original point was that woman did say the last time that me and you had a conversation on this live, she tried to make you feel like, which she's gonna do again, which you already know me. You know that woman through her voice. She's gonna try to make you feel like I am belittling you. I don't have to belittle you. Wiley, you've known me since before this, bitch. I've been that girl. No tea. So at the end of the day, like I said, that woman said to you, Wiley, you're over here trying to be friends with Armon. He's not gonna give a shit about you. When they're going to use you, you better kill. What about the people that have been here for you? That's what she said. She didn't verbatim say, because now she want to get into, logistics. She didn't verbatim say, if you fool with Armon, I'm not going to fool with you. But she basically tried to bully you and make you feel bad for wanting peace. And whether this is true or not, this was just my perception. Okay. I feel like you got a lot of heat from different subscribers. So then, because you started, one thing I know about you is that you do know the truth, and you started digging me up. You was like, Armon is self-made. Armon, that's one thing that's different about Armon. When you comparing Storm and Armon did this shit. Armon been doing this, and the subscribers did not like you saying that stuff because they were used to you saying Armon is pressed about Tasha K. Oh, Storm Monroe, da 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 da. And when me and you made peace. And you started really telling what the real was, they didn't want to hear that. And from a business standpoint, I understood that you felt like, well, shit, I don't know if this motherfucker really gonna fuck with me like that. So I got to do what I got to do, and I got to keep my coins coming in. I understood that. But tonight, I was just pointing that out. And so when that lady tried to make it seem like she didn't say that, I'm like, no, girl, you're going to get some time today. Because she think because she talk loud, and she hide behind, like, you know what I mean? No, you're not. That's what you said, and that's what you meant. And so at the end of the day, it was never about me thinking. It was never. You know that we were never on just bottom line, even playing field. You always knew that I had a little bit more followers than you. So that's why I said what I said. Now, I'm finding out later that that's not what you wanted to do. You never told me that. I didn't know. Now there could have been an opportunity, and I know that I could have done this, where I didn't maybe give you a chance to really speak about what you wanted to do. And so for that, I can apologize, because I know that I could kind of get in my whole thing, and I'm just like, okay, this is what we're doing. But it's nothing personal against you. It's just I just see green and I'm going. Right. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, I know that you probably was thinking, well, shit, I don't get to really talk about me, but I ride the wave, but you didn't really want to ride the wave. But I feel like, you should have said something. I feel like a lot of your followers are trying to make it like I just wanted you to be behind me, when it was like, nigga, not like we had whole shows together. Like I was already, when I met you, I was working, and when you met me, you was working, but I felt like we worked well together. And so my shit was taking off a little bit more. And so I was like, well, just fuck with me, because you were having your mental shit going on. I was a little bit more stable than you. You were on YouTube with one viewer. So I'm like, my shit is a little bit more popping. This is why you were even on the lives in the first place. But see, these stories never get told. And so that's why I said, fuck with me. And then once you do that, we're going to get where we're going. And then one last thing I want to clear about the Jay Wilson piece, and then I'm done forever, bitch. The Jay Wilson piece. Yes, I told you, why would you have to interview? You got mad at me because you were like, well, why are you why are you not telling me how to use the Skype? Well, my thing was this, and it's no shade against Jay Wilson at all. It's no shade. But my thing is this. Well, if that was an interview that you needed so much that would jeopardize our friendship, because you know I didn't fuck with him at that time. If I'm going to take a risk like that, that bitch better be worth my friendship. And to me, Jay Wilson wasn't worth it for you because the nigga could even teach you how to use the Skype. Now, I could have taught you how to use the Skype and some lights and some 4K cameras. So it probably would have been more beneficial for you to just fuck with me.
But can I say this, though? I hear that from the heart.
So no,
I just wanted, I understand that, Armon, but can I say this? I just wanted to interview the guy. It was nothing against you.
But at what
it was nothing against you.
But now that you know everything, it's about strategy, baby.
I understand that, but can we just say, I want to say this to you, that it was nothing against you. And I just want to make it clear that in this business, it may be somebody I interviewed that don't like you. Should I not take that interview? When I'm trying to understand this with that piece, because, you know, he didn't trash you.
That you shouldn't take the interview. No, listen. So here's the difference. Boom. Let's say it's, let's just use fucking Tasha K.
Okay.
I can't stand her. Say me and you are friends.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, you like, okay, girl, I might have to do a Tasha K interview. I understand. Because the bitch got 1 million followers. You telling me about Jay Wilson, bitch, I got more followers than him. Why do you need to interview him? He can't even show you how to use Skype. So better yet, let me ask you this, and this to answer your question. What did you learn from Jay Wilson to help build your brand? And what did you get from that interview?
I think from that interview, it helped me to learn that in this business, it will help me build a channel, right? And I've gotten something from it. I met the brother in person. It is what it is. Now, did I get $1 million? No. It was just something I just interviewed him. That was it, Armon. It was nothing against you. It was nothing against you.
So it sounds like you got some clicks and views.
That was
for
it.
That time period. But it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like you gained any skills for your channel.
No
and
skills.
It doesn't feel like you gained any other relationships.
No skills.
At this point, you're bigger than Jay Wilson. So why did you need to interview him?
I just interviewed him, brother. I just saw. I don't remember the logistics of why. I just asked him a question. I just interviewed him. I don't remember the reason why I interviewed him. I just interviewed him.
Right. So but I guess what I'm saying is this: if I'm gonna risk my friendship for a bitch that don't like my ops to interview, that bitch better be really beneficial to my career.
Okay. You had a problem with Jay Wilson, and it was really petty because it was just him dropping links in your comments. It wasn't nothing
Does
big.
that make sense or that don't make sense what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. I just disagree. We just got to agree to disagree with that, because I would take that if he got on there and trash you and I was on there laughing and egging it on. Then I can understand you being angry. But me just interviewing him and it didn't never happen. We never had no issue. I don't see the.
But I think you're looking at the Jay Wilson piece. And I think that you're looking at the Jay Wilson for literally at Jay Wilson.
Okay.
I don't think on that level. I'm a deeper thinker. So you didn't really hear what I said. So my thing is the fact that you were willing to interview with somebody who I already knew that you were bigger than, that you didn't need to do an interview with. You felt that inclined to do so. You would, at any given moment, anybody that didn't like me or any story that came towards you that was in a negative way, if you felt like you can get a click or a view off of it, even if it meant that I would be a casualty, you would take it.
No, that's not true.
You're willing to take something that you didn't need. But I know
that's how you feel, but that's not true.
That's the way it was. Hold on. That may not be true, but that's the way I perceived it, because you just were so gung-ho on taking an interview that didn't do anything for your career.
Right. It was like I said.
Didn't give you any skill set.
No, again, I'm not gonna say it didn't give me any skill set
because then what it did do is cause us to fall out, because my whole thing is here's my whole thing. And then this is why we're gonna agree to disagree. There's no way that you're going to interview my op at the time, quote unquote, but then ask me to teach you how to use the software to interview the motherfucker. Okay. Like, come on, nigga, what?
I understand what you're saying. You looked at him as being an ops.
So you gonna ask me to teach you how to do it?
Okay. I understand that, Armon. You just how we disagree. We look at it differently. You're putting in, this the ops, and that was just a guy just have on the channel. That was it. And we had Mona on the channel. It was just chasing the story. It was nothing like against you. No one trashed you at all. That's what I'm trying for you to understand.
What the fuck do I need to be?
No, it's that. But see, you let these people say stuff.
What do I need to be jealous for? If I have a fucking girl,
don't let people. Listen, can I say this?
No, I know I'm not because these people are stupid. But my point is this: I can't be jealous if the motherfucker trying to interview the nigga that I don't fuck with at the time it needs my help. What am I jealous for? I'm the nigga that's lit.
And
the niggas is calling me for help.
I asked you how to use Skype, and I was hurt when you said no. I was like, "Whoa, really?" And I felt, and you get all these thoughts. Well, you did all this for him, and da 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 da. These are all the thoughts that are rushing, in my mind. You just can't help me for that. That's how I felt. And what I should have did was, again, I should have waited for you to let you have your moment.
I can help you. I can help you do an interview with somebody that's, not the fucking op.
Right. Can I say this? I should have let you have your moment and we could have talked about it. You could have been like, okay, Wiley, I don't really feel with this person. And before I went public, you could have just said, oh, this is this. And we probably, could have resolved it. That's where I went wrong going so public because the public did not know you didn't teach me Skype and you did it. I took it public, right? I told that to the public. And I cried about it, right? And you said what you said, but I should have just waited, let you have your moment, and let's have a conversation about it. And if we never did, we could have never shared it public. They didn't have to know that. Anything else?
Exactly.
Yeah, that was it.
Some of your people are just really the R word.
But no, it's people.
No, one of your people are really the R word. I went on her channel and she's really slow.
Listen, I just don't say that because again, people.
I didn't say it either though. But
maybe you're different. But I get comments that made about me.
She can barely read.
I get comments made about me daily. I don't take it personal. I don't go because people say that maybe you're different. Maybe you're not a person that have never been bullied, but I have. So I know how to deal with a person that is critical of me. You know what I'm saying? I don't go and address these, viewers or subscribers. I don't.
I've never been around. I've never seen so many people that just like the internet is just an interesting place because you have people. But
the thing about it is,
it's just crazy. You just see people with these low self-esteem, and they see people that don't.
And some people don't have the low self-esteem. Some people, can I say this?
She's definitely retarded.
Can I say this? Some people don't have low insecurities. Some people don't. Some people just say stuff just for you to just say what you say and run with the narrative. Some people may just say that just to provoke you. They may not be that at all. They just do that to provoke you. Say, see, I told you he don't like black women. That you can't let people say that. You know who these people is. They could be, whoever. I don't know.
Right. But listen, this was a good chat. We've got it out. I'm sure people want to call in and call me all kind of narcs and arrogant. But
but again, like I told Kyle,
that's not stop anything. But I feel like today was a day to get everything out.
Yeah, and I feel like
there was pieces of the story that was missing, and I think so many people were trying to incorporate third-party YouTubers when they have nothing to do with it.
But I will say this, though, Armon, you gotta stop attacking the people that have a difference of opinion of you because you're critical of people. I have to learn that. I criticize a lawyer that was crying, and people were upset about it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I can't address individual subscribers every time they say that because they say it about me daily. The library situation, they criticize me about that daily. And they say stuff. I don't address them or cuss them out. I say thank you and move on.
No, do I look? Have you seen my page? Do I look like I sit in a dress with Scarface all day? I don't have time for that. I don't do that.
But I say
So
sometimes you do. Now you don't do it all the time, but sometimes you get a little petty. You get a little petty
to make
sometimes.
it clear, but I wanted to make it plain. I wanted to make it plain, like, because it's not about like I'm not going on your page, because it's not about that. I'm me, bitch. Whatever's for me is for me. So today I just want to make it very clear, because I know that woman, she gets someone and she talks real passionate and she talks real loud.
Just an opinion.
So like, because she talks real big that she's saying something, but she wasn't saying shit, but lying, because she did say what she said. And so that's why I called in, because again, for all these years, I feel like me and you would get on the line, we would end up arguing or whatever, and the point wasn't getting across. Like I said, I didn't feel any kind of way. Like I said, I just felt like the biggest picture was the point was never getting across, and big details were being left out about when I supported you, and all the other negative details would always be led. That's it. That's the only thing I wanted to clear up. Outside of that, I'm good. You actually apologized and accepted where you were wrong. Like I said, that's all I needed you to do, is realize that you know that you broke the pact. Like, that's it. That's it. That's it. You did that tonight. I'm fine with that. I'm good. We can move forward. But I just needed you to accept that, realize that, and you know deep down that's why we're not friends today. That's it. It has nothing to do with me being jealous of you. It has nothing to do with me, this, that, and third. We had a pact. It was broken. That's what it was.
And we had a conversation about it, and we will move forward. And I wish, and you, like I said, it was a conversation that definitely needs to be had. You know what I'm saying? And ironically, it's about, was the library situation came back up, but it's a conversation that definitely needs to be had. But you accept my apology, right? Do you accept? I want to make sure the narrative is out there. Okay.
You apologize. Listen, I accept it because as long as you could, I felt that you meant what you said. I did. I felt that you got what I said tonight, and I feel like you understood it. This time, I didn't feel like you was trying to perform and do too much, and you know what I mean? So like I said, that's all I just wanted you to do, is just clear up the fact that you broke the pact, and you did that. So, you know what I mean? And so, like I said, I've been on here an hour. So, this went more, like I said, I'm fine with it. I accept the apology. And like I said, I apologize to you if you felt like it was like I was so in my own head where you didn't even have a chance to talk. But you got to understand, you never said anything to me. So I didn't know that that's what you wanted.
Yeah, I should have communicated that with you. But again, Armon, I'm new to the business. I didn't know, to communicate that. And it's new. Like, your relationship was different. You was probably like the second friend that I had. I don't have many friends, right? Because people is different. So I just didn't know how to communicate. I'm better with that, now. Even when I work with somebody, I understand my role. Because if you need, I understand my role. If it don't work right, okay, they will never know it. I've been burnt by some people. You will just never know it. Because I've learned that from you, right? And that fallout and all that, and I learned that everything ain't meant to be so public, right? But you're doing great things. I want to ask you this, because you said you want to get an app out, and I really think that'll be dope, because like I said, you're so talented. You know what I'm saying? You're very, very talented. You have a young demographic, and you lit, and that's great. I think that's great for you. I think that doors are definitely going to open up. But one of the big criticisms that you get, Armon, is the Nicki Minaj piece. Some barbs they've been playing a clip around talking about how you've been praising Nicki and now you dissing her. Do you regret being so critical of Nicki? Let me ask you this. Can you like Cardi and Nicki both? Can you publicly like them both, or do you have to pick a side?
No, I do like both, but Cheryl, I'm not going to do no Nicki talk right now.
I just had to ask you that because you're angry. You pissed.
That shit is that's business. Like,
right. That's the way. And you're great.
Talk about that.
And I want to say this to Black women that watch the show. I wish that Armon will not be as critical, because he do say the B word, and some people are different. You know, they don't like that. But you said, I just think it's the culture. You have never been that way. I think you kind of became that way because you had always had people that were so critical. But I don't think you started using the R word, the B word, and all that. I don't think you would ever stop. I think you would continue to do that.
I'm never going to stop. What I'm thinking, Black women are not going to bully me into kissing their ass, and period. Like, if I don't agree with things that Black women do, I'm going to be able to say it. I think that from the Black women demographic, it feels like you can't do anything but praise them, and if you don't, then you hate Black women. It's like, no. But then it's like, I learned this on my channel.
Okay.
Whenever we talking about gays, it's all great. We talk about white, it's all great. You say something about Black women, you cancel. Life, it don't work like that.
But
nobody's perfect. Everybody can get read.
But that's
so I'm leaving it at that. Nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about gay people all day long. Especially, I'll just use Kaya and Bobby Light. It was all fun and games when Kaya was saying that Bobby Light had AIDS and his asshole was coughing and this, that, and third. When I know I have friends that have died from HIV, and that's not funny. But when he said that girl, she let her daughter get raped, and all of a sudden he went too far. No, he did not go too far. He met her where she was at. Period. And at the end of the day, I'm keeping my same energy. Black women don't get a pass, just like transgenders don't get a pass, just like gay boys don't get a pass. White people don't get a pass. Chinese people don't get a pass. So, no. That's just what it is. You don't like it, don't watch me.
Well,
Period.
I just think that...
I'm not kissing Black women ass just for clicking a view. I'm not doing that. We all right and we all wrong at different times. So, it is what it is.
We just, like I said, you have a right to your opinion. Some people agree, some people disagree, and it's room at the table, literally, for everybody. You took risk and you did what you had to do, so it's room at the table for everybody. It is what it is. You can make it out here if you really put the work in. And I'm just glad that we had this conversation, and hopefully, and one thing that I will work on and make a promise to you. I'm going to make this promise that because sometimes when you take callers and you allow a caller to speak, even if you don't agree with the caller, you let the caller on the air. So that kind of like can sway an opinion, right? And like, so sometimes, even when I interviewed your friend King Payne, he came on and I said, I'm not going to take any callers because I didn't want them to come on and be so angry and drag King Payne, right?
Hold on. I will say this. This is still show business.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you understand what it is when it's your time to talk, and when I time to talk, I don't give a fuck if the Wendy Williams lady call on here and call my mama bees, hoes, call me off her things. Get your ratings. Let your show do what it's gonna do. But when it's your time to respond, make sure that you tell the truth, whatever that is. I'm not gonna sit here and expect anybody to try to. Listen. This is still show business. Let these motherfuckers rant. Let them drag me. Who cares? But but when it's your time to respond, just respond with facts on whatever that is. That's it. That's all I've ever been saying. Even if it's bad, respond with the bad facts, but then respond with the good ones. That's it. But let them drag because you still got to keep the show going. Okay? That's all I'm saying. It's still show business, baby. I don't give a fuck about them people. It's the response from the creator that I'm worried about.
Okay.
So that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Let them drag, baby. But as long as the way you respond is with the truth, whether it's you can be like, yeah, you know what, he did do that, but then he did this too, or whatever, however you feel. As long as it's truth. I just don't vibe when we let the lie go like the callers know something. When I'll be like, motherfucker, now you know that she ain't right. That'd be my part. But let the motherfuckers talk. Let them talk. But just when you have an opportunity to clear the air, just clear with facts. That's it. I'm not saying that you got to sit up here and be an Armon Wiggins fan page. You don't listen. If you want to be a Tasha K fan page, that's fine. But don't be sitting up here trying to make it seem like, oh, Tasha K made me, when you know that's not true.
I think what I said was she helped you get. That's what.
But you also know I was the same person who let you know that I tried to pay her and she wouldn't even take a payment. So, you know what I mean? So those are the things for me. Come on. Okay, I got to go now. Shit, I got to go. Okay, but yeah, it was good talking to you.
Good talking to you too.
Have a good night.
You too.
We'll talk soon. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, you guys, that was Armon Wiggins on the line. Improv, because I was not expecting him to come on the show. And I apologize for people that are just joining in. I apologize to him. He accepted the apology. He feels as though I let some things out that I did not speak about. That, you know, whatever the issue, how we fell out, I left some things out, and that's how he felt. He spoke about Tasha K, and he felt that Tasha did lied on him, and he also felt that with the Dr. CB interview, that he told Tasha K to interview, that he wanted to interview Dr. Sabi, the family, and Tasha K stole the interview for him, and so the hurt comes from there. I cannot confirm that or deny that because I don't know. I wasn't on the phone call. I wasn't on the call. I was not there, so I don't know who's telling the truth or not when it comes to that. But obviously, it's some hurt there from him, and yeah. So I got a few minutes left, so we can open up the lines and allow people to call in. But people want to speak again to the audience. Again, I do sometimes say the B word. I'm not gonna get on here and say I don't, but I don't really call people the R word and all that because I used to hear that a lot. You know, growing up in special ed, you hear that a lot. Okay. They used to call all you LD, you in the slow class and all. And I was in special ed, but the kids were cruel. So that, that R word really, really takes me back to my childhood. It does. It really does. But it's a business. People say what they want to say. I roast and I gag, and I don't take it personally. It don't bother me. But I do remember hearing that road, coming up. And like I said, whoever watches the show, you never know who is watching or where they come from. And we want to thank everything for that. He never said she stole the interview. Oh, he never said that she stole the interview. Okay. But he felt some type of way that she actually interviewed him and he didn't get the interview or something like that. It happened on that magnitude. That she got the interview and he didn't. So obviously he felt some type of way about it. And so we can't confirm or deny that, but he did come on here spilling his feelings, and we are a platform that we will be a listening ear to those that call in. But we have 3 callers. People do not call in cussing. He's not on the line. But just come on and say what you got to say, and I'm gonna let y'all speak, and then I'm gonna give my comments. All right, we do got 3 callers. Let's take them all. All right, Anonymous, you live on the air.
Wiley?
Yes, you're back on. How you doing, Wendy?
Hi. Now, you let him get on and call me all kinds of B's.
Okay, yes.
And you said nothing. Can I respond?
Yeah.
It's fine if you guys are cool, but I would like to respond without being interrupted to this young man, okay?
Go ahead.
I thought he was going to stroke out already, okay? I'm not Wiley, okay? You may have overtalked Wiley. I thought you were going to sleep, you filthy fuck boy. You sure do give a fuck about this bitch because you personally named me. You maniacal, cynical, manipulative, condescending, burnt biscuit knees, obsolete, triangle head, insecure bitch you. Check your drawers for shit stains, motherfucker, okay? You wish you had a pussy that could get wet. Wiley has pictures of me, okay? I run rings around your damn mammy, who needs her ass kicked for birthing a bitch like you, okay? I have more money than you'll ever see, fuck boy. You could never attack me and make me feel a certain way, you dirty fucking bottom you. Fuck you and the bitch that should have aborted you. Oh, I can go there, motherfucker, okay? What you and Wiley had was between you and Wiley. You two take accountability for that. Don't blame the subscribers. I'm a guest on Wiley Show. You fucking degenerate. So go take your shitty ass to bed. Yes, it's 4:00 in New York, and I can afford to stay up.
I'm just like,
money is being made while I'm
can
up.
I say this though?
Okay?
This is where I would like to interject and say something. Y'all never met. I don't know where it came from, that the disagreement. Maybe I would roll back the tape, because I'm kind of like sitting here like, where is this coming from? Like, where's this energy coming from? You were mentioned, and he said what he said about you. Do you remember what did you say about him? Because obviously something that you said triggered him. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Stinking bitch now. I don't have to explain shit to him. Okay? He gets on here and he tries to bully every goddamn body. Okay? I'm from New York, you sick son of a bitch. Come after me, and I'll come after you. I don't have to explain a goddamn thing to that fucking degenerate. Okay? He's coming on here calling me all kind of bitches because he's lying, and because he's thinking of words. Oh, she's telling you, Wiley, to don't talk to me. What kind of bitch are you? I never met Wiley, and I never met you. Okay? You Bell's palsy, stiff-faced motherfucker. Bell's palsy come from having herpes, bitch. I know that too.
I don't think that.
Oh,
okay. Whoa. Okay, let's calm down here. Listen, regardless of how you feel, I think that we should stop calling each other bees, right? And we should all sit at the table and let's have a conversation. Now I'm gonna bring Wendy back on. Okay, you can, I'm gonna give you about 1 more minute, then we're gonna get to these other 3 callers. But let us breathe, okay? Because again, we never met each other in person. I never met him and stuff like that. Yeah, listen, let's breathe, okay? I did allow him to speak, and I'm gonna give her the same courtesy as well. So go ahead, Wendy. I want to make, because you were breaking up a little bit. So go ahead, Wendy. I'm sorry.
No, you asked if I want to have a conversation with him. Fuck him. And the bitch that should have aborted him.
Well, we don't want that,
Are you serious?
No, what I'm saying is, Wendy,
This man came on here attacking me.
okay, and y'all are talking to each other. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if he's gonna call back in, but
Wiley,
y'all can have a conversation. I should have brought you back on.
We're doing,
No. Y'all could have sit and have a conversation about this. But listen, what other point you want to say? You cussed him out, and what's the other point you want to say about him? I don't want to make sure that I get you to say
I
all your
wanted to
points.
make sure he knows who the fuck he's dealing with.
Okay.
I can have the nastiest mouth too, you sick son of a bitch, herpes, Bell palsy, stiff face bitch, you.
Well, we don't know.
Same ass in your drawers, okay? You wish you had a pussy that can get wet. And I still love you, Wiley, and I always will.
All right, I just want to make sure you finish. Let's see, who is this. Hello, you live on the air. I just want to make sure I can just have a conversation.
This bitch got service.
Oh gosh.
Bitch, it's 4:00 in the morning. This bitch go here.
Yes, it is. And why don't you go get some plugs up in your stinking fucking ass, bitch? Go get some plugs in your stinking ass, you herpes-ridden motherfucker. Okay? That's where Bell's palsies come from. I'm smart enough to know that. You disease-ridden bitch. Okay? You wish you had a pussy to get wet, motherfucker. You're not used to shit. You have a car. You're a sick, twisted little fuck that your mother should have aborted. Fuck you and the horse your big teeth rode in on. You want to fuck with me, Armon?
I can't
don't think
hear.
so.
I don't hear the. I don't hear. Does she have service or is it my phone breaking up? Hello?
Yes, hello. We are out here. Okay. Armon, do you want to say something?
Okay.
Can y'all just kiss and make up?
Yeah. Good night. Love you. Bye.
All right. Anything else you want to say, Wendy? I want to go to other calls. I'll let you, get that out. You said what you said, Wendy. You got it all out. You're a supporter of the show, and yeah, that's it. We do celebrity gossip.
Yes, and you know what? Like I said, if he can attack, so can I.
Yeah.
I don't care about you guys being friends, but don't get on here and attack me and expect me to sit back because you're a fucking bully. That's not going to happen, bitch. Not in this lifetime.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Wendy. I'm going to go to other callers. Thank you so much for calling in.
Bye-bye now.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. Wow. I do want to say this. We're going to go to these callers. Anonymous, you live on the air. Hello? Are you there? Anonymous? I know if y'all sleep, wake up. We're going to y'all. Y'all called in. Hello, turn me down the back. Go ahead, sister.
Hello?
Hey, you live on the Wiley Show.
Oh, that was a mess. Like I was trying to call in before Armon called in.
Okay.
But she went in and hey, let her get her opinion out, because he gets his out.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wish that, I don't dislike Armon. I mean, I watch the show too. I think he's funny.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I just disagree on is the Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, but that's a whole nother thing. That's not going to,
Right.
That's something that's never going to end. So I don't agree with him about that. But I didn't call to talk about the Armon thing. I was going to call you to tell you that earlier today, Shakana was on live and she was trying to get information about the Monica thing. And a lot of people, we was in the chat telling her to go to the Wiley Show because I know you did a story on it. So we were just telling her to come.
Shakana? Is that the one that's always crying about T.I. and Tiny?
Yeah, that's Tiny friend, Shakana.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did you give her my information? I would like to talk to my sister.
Well, we told her to
and why you didn't send me a link to the live? I would like to, join it.
Well, she was trying to add you on, but I think I don't know if you're blocked or something.
I don't think
trying to add you
okay,
on.
well, send me a DM on that, Shakina. Okay. That's some tea there.
Yeah, so she was because she was trying to get information.
Information?
She was trying to get information.
What? Hold up.
On the Monica.
I wouldn't have gave her no information on Monica. For what? I would have did an interview. The fuck trying to get information on Monica? I would have tried to get some tea. Did T.I. and Tiny lock some people up in the basement? Stop. I'm not going to give you no information. Only thing I would have gave her is a link to her show so you can tune in and see her talk about celebrities. And we would have probably sent her a StreamYard.
No, she wanted to know information on the Monica situation because people was. She wanted to know like who that was.
Oh, Jay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about who that is, Chicago. We want to know: did T.I. and Tiny lock them people up in that basement and was feeding them crackers and Vienna sausages?
Wiley, she don't want to know about that. She want to know. About
I know what she want to know, but I would have turned that. Yeah, tell her. I'll give her some information. Yeah, tell her to email me. Tell her to email me. Yeah, tell her to email me. Tell her to come on.
She probably email you about the Monica.
Yeah. Tell her. I'll send her some information. All right. Yeah. Tell her email me. Go ahead, Chicago. I'm gonna give you some information. Drop that link. We gonna have a whole interview. Yeah, baby. Come on.
But I'm happy for I don't know if you and Armon like y'all probably not friends. Like she said, y'all not friends. Y'all just.
We collaborate and do a show. What's the issue here? Why does she want to have information? It's a show. It is a show. We on YouTube. We put a show together. It's a show. I'm on her show. It's a partnership.
How it turned out.
It was great. It was great.
You are too much of a flip flopper.
What is the issue with Monica? Well, ma'am, what's the issue? We do a show. I come on there, do my job, and I go home.
No issue. But you are a flip flopper.
What's the problem of being a flip flopper? What's the issue?
It will never work.
It will work. It's working now. Shekinah wanted to get my information. So obviously I'm flipping and flopping on the good side. She wanted my information. So obviously I'm doing a whole lot of good old backflips.
She wanted to contact you.
Yeah, she could have contacted you. Yeah, tell her to call me. It's a show number here. Hold up 1 second. I give her the show number. If she want to call me, I give her some information. 972. Okay, 972-674-9462. Tell her to call me.
Well, Wiley, maybe you, Monica, and Armon can do a show together.
Oh, that would be lovely.
But, yeah, but no, you're too much of a flip flopper.
Oh, it doesn't matter, ma'am. People that don't get to me. I've seen many people, celebrity, they flip flop, lick and lap, and y'all still buy their records and still watch them.
You flip flop.
It doesn't matter, ma'am. You still watch. What's that's supposed to be a read? That's supposed to be a read? Maybe I get on here and do a good old backflip.
Captain Saver, Tasha K.
What's the problem with that? Okay, we're gonna go to the next caller because you ain't bring Shekinah on. Bring Shekinah on. We'll let you talk some more. Anonymous, you live on the air. Is that Shekinah?
Hey, Wiley.
Okay.
No.
Child, please. Talk about you such a flip flopper. Okay, give me something else. Go ahead, caller.
Right. What I wanted to say was, there's nothing wrong with making amends. Like, I think it's so big of both of you guys to own your mistakes, acknowledge each other's feelings, and keep it pushing, because you two together are YouTube gold.
Yes.
And everybody else gets to get together and make money. Why can't two brothers do it? Break the rules. Don't do the norm with arguing with your brother and being into it and keeping that mess going. You guys can make money another way. Flip it.
Facts.
And I think it's nothing wrong with it. I'm going to encourage whatever it can be.
Right.
Whatever you two dictate that it's going to be, because you guys knew each other before most of your subscribers or whatever.
You're right.
And, you know, people are going to come and go, especially subscribers. As soon as you say something about Nicki Minaj or somebody they don't like, in our mind too, they're going to turn on you. You see how this girl just turned on you? She was calling herself, bringing you some good information about somebody wanting to talk to you, so you going to be in a flip flopper.
Because somebody sent me Shekinah Instagram. Send me her Instagram. I would like to know. I want to know if that's true, if she was trying to contact me. Because I would like to know that. Oh, don't worry. I'm going to be in her DMs tonight. Go ahead.
And if she is, that's good, because that could be
that's good promotion.
You know what I'm saying? So when you do the right thing, God will open up so many channels and doors for you. Don't be distracted by the outside noise. And whatever counseling you're doing, I think that's working good, taking your meds, whatever, because you were really kind of able to dictate how that conversation went. That was really up to you how that conversation went.
Absolutely.
Because you acknowledged things. You know what I'm saying? You could have made that go bad. You guys could have left it off on the note you usually do. So I think it's good. Peace is always the better choice.
Absolutely.
God bless you for that.
And that comes from experience. That comes from experience. And you know what I'm saying? It was time, you know what I'm saying? Because he's so talented. It was long overdue. It really was. And
you guys can both learn from each other. You can learn from each other. So I see it being nothing but great going forward, and I don't care who don't like it. And then, you know, I just want to speak on Wendy, and then I'm not going to talk you to death. I'm going to let you go. Wendy was doing like a lot of health reads and things that you are always wearing people out for doing. As Wendy being an elder, I understand our mindset and like, but it's like, come on, let's lead by example. She says she's a black woman. They always say she's a black woman, right? So you're a black elder. Teach him how it's done if you didn't like what he said. They were dragging each other. I feel like she knows him personally because she was speaking on his personal life. And I just feel like she's too invested in that. So that's just my take on it. But I'm going to keep, you know, I'm not going to sound all churchy and be a Bible thumper. I feel like what you guys did tonight was good.
It was really good. And I'm going to say for me, I'm going to keep it going. I'm not going to let the callers swear. I'm just going to keep it going because, you know, it's we need that. We need to see black brothers come together, period, and just dominate the media. So we need that. And I felt that I let him speak because it was a lot that he needed to get off his chest. And I was able to say, let me listen to what he have to say and let me apologize where I went wrong. And some people think if you apologize or if you're quiet, you're weak. No, allow that person to talk. And if you did something wrong, apologize and try to work at it. And more this needs to happen on a daily with people, family members. I remember I had to give a space with my mom, and she had to hear me rant, and I had to hear her. I had to hear her rant, and then I was like, okay, Mom, I forgive you. I apologize for what I said. You know what I'm saying? We were able to have, even though we don't agree with everything, and I'm still kind of hurt, but at least I can have a conversation and be around you. So that conversation I had with one of mine, it was great for tonight.
And you know what else? The devil don't like peace.
They don't.
And a lot of
like
people don't have
division.
nothing better to do, but just like a lot of drama.
60
and that's why
seconds.
they come from the beef sector, and then they want the celebrity gossip to be the beef sector, and it's just a entanglement, as shall we call it. Don't fall for the okie doke, because when these subscribers are gone, maybe you guys can build some type of business relationship, friendship, or something that's going to be beneficial well past YouTube. So I encourage it, and I look forward to you guys doing the damn thing together. So you have a good night.
You too. Thank you so very much for calling in. All right, you got 30 seconds to call in. Do not hang up. We're gonna get these last callers in on here, so do not hang up. Nobody hang up. We're gonna get these last 3 callers, and we're gonna bring the show to a close. 2466 caller, you on air.
I'm gonna crack your balls.
Oh gosh, here you go talking about that.
Seconds.
All right, 3178 caller, you on air.
Hi.
You live on the Wiley Show.
I don't know if it's morning over there. Hi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. I just want to say something quickly about Armon and the whole Wendy situation. First of all, I think it was very big of you to apologize to Armon, because I don't think he would have ever apologized to you. But I'm glad you got it off your chest and you were able to apologize to him. The Wendy lady, she sounds like an older lady. So the way that she carried herself on your show was very disappointing for an older lady. She should have never done that. But, she destroyed Armon like you destroyed the library, kind of. She got her point across. I will say this about Armon. It seems to me like he's very jealous of Tasha K. And that's where a lot of his anger comes from, and where a lot of his vitriol towards you and other YouTubers comes from. I don't know if you share that opinion as well.
Can I say this, though? I don't think that is jealousy. What I think in that situation is it was an interview that he got with Dr. Sebi's people. And somewhere in there, it was something happened. And he was hurt by it.
Yeah.
I don't think that is jealousy. I don't think that at all. I think that he brought something to his mentor at the time, and the mentor actually interviewed the family, and he did not get the interview. That's why I think his frustration and anger or hurt comes from. It ain't got nothing to do with jealousy. Because he said it. I asked him what was the reason. He kept talking. He said it was the Dr. Sebi interview that they reached out to him first, and he went to his mentor, which was Tasha, and Tasha got the interview, and he didn't get it. So I think that's where it comes from.
But it's not only. I will say this: it's not only jealousy from Armon's part. I do watch Armon's show every now and then, and I do get the impression that he has an issue with Black women in particular, because he doesn't drag men. He doesn't keep the same energy for men like he does for women. So I think a lot of his vitriol against Tasha is jealousy is one part of it, but also he has some kind of issue with Black women, which is what I feel. And I'm not even a fan of Tasha. So let me just say that up front. And so my last one that I want to make to you, with regards to Tasha K, that be very careful with whatever help you accept from her, because what I have seen with her, a pattern, is that every time she does something for someone, she ends up throwing it back in their faces when it's all different over. So I just want to say to you,
okay,
be careful with that, and just take care.
All right, thank you. All right. We're gonna get
All
this
right,
last
bye-bye.
caller in. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hey, Robbie.
Hey.
Okay, so I just want to talk about this whole situation with Armon. First, I'm glad that you all kind of like made up and kind of made peace with each other. You all had been having your little issues for quite some time, and I know you all had like peace at one point, and you seem to kind of like reverted back. But just piggybacking like on like everything that's been going on, Armand, when he spoke on the whole Kaya situation, he used to big up Kaya at some point, and then it kind of flipped when she flagged him for using her content. So he didn't have an issue with Kaya dragging Bobby Light or Trina or T.S. Madison. He only had an issue with Kaya and what she was saying after she flagged him, So for him to say that Bobby was right with, saying that, her daughter got, hard.
Can I say this? Can I say this though? Both of them was wrong. Kaya was wrong what she said about Bobby Lights, and Bobby Lights clapback was wrong. Can we agree to that? They both was wrong.
Yes, we can agree. Yes,
they both was wrong.
We can agree to that. They were both wrong, but what I'm saying is, Wiley, he was praising her because he used the video and he was laughing at, her drag of Bobby Lights. He was trying to monetize off of her dragging Bobby Lights. So, for him to kind of like flip that because he got mad at her, that's all.
But can I say this though? I can remember this with that when Kaya flagged him, he fought the flag and he won. What he did just to keep the peace, he just removed it. But it was lifted off his channel because he knew how to do it, and he won that battle. And literally, Kaya would have to take Armand to court to keep that copyright, to make sure it stick. But he actually beat that, right? Because he only used a snippet of it. I remember it like it was clear as day. Some of his people did not like it when he was coming at Kaya. They kind of turned against him, start calling him the F word. They start calling the S word because they didn't like it because some of his people were more loyal to Kaya. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Wally, I think I kind of like have to disagree with you. I think the people that came up against him, that was his people, was merely because he came at Kaya because he got mad for the strike.
Of course, he got upset. Anybody would get upset, ma'am. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Strike, he was praising Kaya's ground. So I think that people was a little bit confused. Why now?
But ma'am, that's his. Can I say this? That's his bread and butter. If someone snatch your bag and your purse, your pocketbook, you ain't gonna be saying, "Oh, she's such a good person." No, you gonna be like, "B, you snatched my pocketbook. You took my bag." So I just think that was his reaction.
Wally, I didn't call to defend or not defend Kaya.
All right.
I was just making a point when he was trying to say stuff about Black women and stuff like that, and here he was at one point supporting a Black woman dragging Black people, and
I think most bloggers drag Black women. Most bloggers, when I say they make jokes, even some comedians make jokes about Black women. I think the narrative saying, "Oh, you hate Black women," I want to dissect that a little bit, because most of the people that is laughing at it is Black women.
You didn't allow me to finish my point.
Okay, go ahead, finish your point, and I'm gonna get my point.
And what I was trying to say is that Armand, he kind of made some statements today, saying Black women hate him. And Black women, this and Black women that, which is not true because, he has Black women that support him when he's dragging Tasha K, when he drugged T.S. Madison, when he's dragging, men. So it really doesn't matter, if the person's straight, gay or trans, people support what they support.
Right.
He has a huge, Black woman support system. So I kind of agree with the other caller.
Okay.
Like he has issues with Black women because he made a statement to you like we're two gay men, and we have all of these black women against us, but the black women is your support system, is your base.
Right.
These black women is the ones
period.
that's contributing to your channel,
That's
helping you all,
absolutely. I
to
hear that.
to enlarge your bank account. So, I kind of have a problem with that because it doesn't have anything to do with him being gay. It's just whatever you say at that moment may, offend somebody. Him calling OG a monkey, black women have to deal with that forever and a day. So to hear a black man that resembles a monkey call another black woman a monkey, people are going to have issues with that.
I think that was a teachable moment for him. That comment, I'm totally against it, and I think a lot of other people were against it. And if I did say he hate black women, let me recant that, because hate is a very strong word. I could just say that was hurtful because it's a history saying the word monkey. You can break it down for what the white folks used to do that and say that about black folks. So, but in this moment, he still have a strong base of black women that support him. I've heard. And this is a fact. This is a fact. I've heard black women get on there and say, you know what, Armon? She does look like a monkey. And I'm a black woman. I'm going to say it. I heard black women say it. Some black women called in and said it.
Well, that is true though, Wiley. But black women is somehow it's allowed for black women to target black women. However, when it comes from a black man, then it's like, you're ganging up on a woman, and that's just our society. And that's what we're living in, So black women target black women all the time, and that is, acceptable and normal.
And can I say this? It doesn't make it right. It does not make it right. It does not make it right. It does not make it right. It does not. But sometimes people say these comments and it does not make it right. It does not. But like I said, some people will say that comment and it is what it is. Some people like it. Some people don't. You will never be able to satisfy everybody is what I'm trying to say. Because did it erase the black women support from our mind? It did not erase the black women support. He actually gained in subscribers from that. Did he lose some people? He did lose a few.
He should appreciate the black women instead of,
I think he does appreciate black women, ma'am. He does. I'm going to tell you, he does. It's black women that I know over there in his channel that support him. He does support black women. Black women does support him. I just think that you're stuck on the OG situation. Many people have moved past the OG situation.
Well, Wiley, I'm really not. I really was just listening to his conversation with you.
I'm talking about the OG.
Said, we're the two gay men. I'm not even.
Well, I'm bisexual. I like both. I like women. I like men. I don't just like men only. I want that for the record. Can I put that on the record? I like both. It is what it is. So, there's nothing wrong with it. I understand it. And I will tell you this. If somebody's saying something you disagree with, watch somebody that will not make you feel some type of way. Typically, when you get into celebrity gossip, a person, even myself, I can only speak for me on this. I may say something that will offend you. It's just going to happen. I'm human. You may say something that may offend me. It's going to happen. It is what it is. It's just the way it goes in this business.
And I agree, Wiley. I was just making my point on, some of the stuff that he was saying, and just kind of just letting him know, black women support you. So it doesn't matter, about, who you're dragging. It's just about, what they're feeling at that moment.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. Okay.
That's all I was just trying to say.
Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you, sister. All right. So we had everybody to speak on it, but let's be clear here. People say different things. Some people will say the B word. I don't really come down on it like that. Oh, you shouldn't call, but because rappers call women bees. And I see what women popping, dropping it, and locking into the song. So that's a part of the language. I heard from somebody that told me years ago. He said, I use this term of endearment and whatever how he said it. I love saying the B word. Even Monique, and she's a black woman. She said, your man ain't a real man unless he call you a B word. And she black. I mean, a full black woman. She said in one of her comedy shows, your man ain't a real man unless he call you a B. Are we going to cancel her? And she's a black woman. I was sitting right there. And most of the show was predominantly black women. And they were, you so funny. But if a black man that is feminine, no, I understand it. I get it. Best believe I get it. I used to have a friend. I used to thought that she was a friend of mine. And one day we were in the break room. We were in the break room eating chips and sandwiches. And it was close to Christmas. And she said her son wanted a dress. I think her son wanted a baby doll. And this woman got up and said, I don't want him to be no F word. And I don't want him to be this. You ain't getting no blankety blank baby doll. You ain't going to end up being no F word. And she just went in. And I'm looking, but you hang around people in the community. You speak of the lingo. You allow gay men to do your makeup, your nails, kiki and kai wit. But as soon as your little boy said, oh, I want a baby doll, you immediately went on an attack. And I stopped being her friend. I said, oh, no. If you said about your little boy, what do you think about me? And we stopped being friends since that day. I never said, when she was eating her chips and sandwiches, I would turn the other way and eat my sandwich and my potato chips in my car. I didn't like what she said. Oh, gosh. Do I agree with everything that he says on his channel? Do he agree with everything that I say? No. We just have to be at a peace. We just have to agree to disagree. And this live was literally 3 hours. And I'm glad that, we had this conversation. We were able to talk. You said open the phone. No, what I would do is I'll open up the StreamYard because the phone lines, unfortunately, the lines kind of not been working. So what I'm going to do is you don't have to show yourself on camera. You can click the link on StreamYard and you don't have to come on camera. You won't be seen or nothing. They'll just hear your voice because Blog Talk wasn't working right. Some of the callers was going off. I don't know if it was my connection tonight or what, but you click, and this is simple. Click on the link. They won't see your face because we know how to have it where they just hear your voice. So if you just got to say something, because I don't want nobody to be sitting in here, oh, Wiley, you ain't let me talk. Click the link. You don't have to see your face. All right. And one thing I would tell you, I've had people that diss me every single day. This is where I'm different. I don't address them like it is what I rarely address a subscriber and be like, you said this about me. No, I'm the type of person that will say this. Sister Brenda, why don't you call in, Brenda? Hello? Oh, yeah, I reached out to her. I'm going to call you back because I'm live. I sent her a DM. And I hope she responds. I'm going to tag her. Okay, that's it. I sent her a DM. All right, talk to you later. I'm live. All right, peace. All right. Yeah, we had to send Shekinah a DM. And we sent her a DM. All right, we'll see how that's going to go. All right, let's get this lady on that want to speak really quickly because this is a 3-hour live. We haven't done one of these in years. Go ahead, lady. What do you want?
Hello, Wiley.
Hi. Speak about the subject. All right. Go ahead.
The point you just made is very interesting. Because it reminded me of Angela Stanton. How do you feel about her then? Because it don't seem like she's against everybody. She's just against her son.
Well, again, her delivery she can change up the delivery a little bit. But I understand her frustration because again, she birthed a boy, and I don't think that she processed it yet that her child made a decision to transition, right? I don't think she would ever probably agree with it because she's totally against it. I just think that she got to work on her delivery because that's still your baby, and you still want to be respectful. You may not agree, but be like, okay, I don't agree, but I'm gonna just do this to keep the peace. I don't agree with it. I'm gonna do this to keep the peace because that's hurtful when every time she come up and say about, oh, I want this. It's like, come on, lady, clean up the language. That's still your child.
Yes,
Y'all
because
sit down and go to counseling and to a therapist and stop telling social media about this.
Yeah, because you just said that you did not like, your friend in the store who said that about her kids. So it just brought me back to Angela Stanton because I think she kind of feels the same. She's like in the same situation. So it just brought me back to that.
Okay. Right. So it's like I said, and the reason why people is concerned about her is because they say it publicly. This ain't something that they got behind the scenes. They talk about it, and so then the public get to have a conversation about it because it's no longer private, it's public, right? But the conversation I had with Armon, you're a Black woman. How did you feel about it? Because that's the topic, and I will bring up Angela Stanton again on another day. But what do you want to say about that? That's what
I don't think Armon just like Black women, all Black women. I think he has his people pick, his certain few, like everybody else that, they like to go in on. So I kind of understand, his point. And I do understand his issue with Tasha K too. Because I mean, how it's like a backdoor. Like she backdoor him. So I get that point. And I did not know you and Armon, like history goes way back. So the conversation makes sense now. Because I didn't know y'all history. I didn't know y'all go back Facebook.
Oh yeah, we go back one time. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know, right? That's the beauty of it in this situation where both parties have grown so much, and people's like, "Oh man, I didn't know." People were coming up to me like, "Y'all went together? Were y'all dating?" Because they just didn't understand the history of it, right? They didn't understand it, and so we had a conversation about it.
Yeah, and I mean, I wish all content creators could kind of work together. It just reminds me again of the Joe Budden and Charlemagne the God. Like y'all kind of do the same thing. What's the issue? But it's
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that Charlemagne and Joe Budden piece. I really
Yeah.
like that. That was cute.
Y'all do the same thing. So it's like, what's the issue? I think, one person kind of feels like I need to be out there like I'm the big dog or whatever, So it just puts me in the mind of that situation. But I'm here for the growth, I still like, the gags now. Don't get too soft. You still can throw them in the title.
I still want to do what we have been doing is commentary. But sometimes when someone tell you they side and you get it, you resolve it and you move on. Now with this Shekinah piece, I'm like, oh, like she wants information on Monica, and I'm like, and let me DM Monica and tell Monica, Shekinah trying to get information on you, and we can make her a topic.
Yeah, but I mean, tonight's show was entertaining.
It was entertaining.
So
we're gonna bring it to a close. Thank you.
Y'all have a good night.
Love you. We're gonna bring it to a close. We've been on here for 3 hours. We definitely gonna bring it to a close. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so very much for tuning in to this show. And this was lit. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace. Oh, let me get my clothes. I'm so sorry. Subscribe if it's your first time watching the Wiley Show. Subscribe. Thumbs up the video. Share the video, and we want to say special shout out. Follow me on IG. And if you see any favorite moments, you want to tag me as well. I want to give a special shout out to some subs that have done that. Shout out to y'all. I think that's really dope. I love seeing it when you kind of like screen record and you like tag me in the story because I do repost it. So thank you all so very much for that. Want to give a special shout out to Armon Brown 09. Special shout out to all the moderators in the house that have showed us love. I just see Armon Brown 09 in here. Okay, Armon Brown 09. Let me write down my moderator's name. Armon Brown 09. Both Shantays, Blue Star, Blue Skies. Want to give a special shout out to B Scales. Special shout out to J Real or J Love. I think she changed to J Love. Special shout out to D1. A special shout out to Nurse Nicole. Special shout out to Mouth Open. Okay, did we name all the moderators? Did I miss someone? Let me say it again. Armor Bra 09. Both Shantays. We got two Shantays. Blue Star, Blue Skies, B Scale, J Love, Day. Okay, I can't forget about Day. We linked up. Shout out to Day, the Nova Queen. Love her. Beautiful spirit. Because I met her in person. And I met Shantae, my Chicago sister. Okay, so I can start shouting off the mods. All right, so I got everybody. All right. Oh, somebody hit the link again? Yeah, I know Shantae. We have two Shantaes that moderates for us. We got two of them. So that was great. Hold on. All right. Hold on. What are you doing? All right, you live on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Okay, I just wanted to make a comment about the B word being used.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so
Sorry,
my comment.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I had story in mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So my comment regarding that is that when you say that straight men or rappers or people, call women bees all the time, that is a true statement. But here's the thing that you don't know. When women are going at it with men, women are calling men, any man that is calling a woman a B or calling her a H, calling her out her name, she's going right back at that man with derogatory words. She's calling him a F nigga. She's calling him a punk nigga. She's calling him a pussy. She's calling him all these other words. She's hitting him back with the same thing that he's hitting her with. Now, the issue is that when there is a gay man that is coming at a woman, then it becomes an issue because now she's deemed homophobic when she hits back with derogatory words, when she used the F-bomb, when she used the he's a punk, he's a sissy, he's a this, he's a that, he's a D in the booty, when she hits back with that. So, don't think that because, men calling women bees, yes, women have an issue with that. However, if a woman is going toe to toe with a man, she's going to call him every name in the book. So if gay men want to, call women bees and everything else, then they're going to get called, they're going to get handled the same way a straight man will get handled.
Okay. Like you have a point. And like I said, if you open the door up to be disrespectful, that person can open the door up to be disrespectful on both parts. That's human. That's literally human nature. But society is different, right? You have to be careful if you call that person because they come from a group that have more power that will speak up. It was a rapper. What was that? A comedian. And what's his name? He was on Vlad TV. He said, we can say the N-word all day long, but we can't say the F-word because we'll be canceled.
Oh, yeah, I seen that. He heavy said. I seen that. I can't think of his name.
Why is that? And I can answer that because those in power are an ally to LGBT, particularly white LGBT people. And they have ushered in that you can't say that word because it's hateful towards our community. But what they're not going to tell you, we don't really follow the black gays like that. We don't like them like that. We don't party with them. Party promoters across the country will tell you one of the issues is when they try to integrate in these white, predominantly gay areas, they get pushback. Why is that? And you both gay? It's because I'm white and you can't party with me. So I understand, and the reason why you can't say the F word publicly as a reason why Kevin Hart get canceled is because you still have people in power that can cancel you for that, unfortunately. And they would use their political pressure, and that's the way it is. That's society until it change. Until black people, until we get into some powerful positions where we can make some rules for ourselves or what words we can't use, it's gonna be like that for a while.
But then that takes you to essentially like being like you're discriminating against a certain sector of people. So like for instance, I don't know if you watched like the whole Sydney Star, and she was getting into it with somebody on the Bad Girls Club, and she called them the fake Claremont twins and say, oh, you trying to look like me. We all thought you was trans. And then, people were saying, if she would have hit back and called Sydney Star a man and said, you actually got your body done to look like me, you actually want to be me, then it would have been like a whole uproar with this whole homophobic. So, it just seems like the LGBTQ community wants to be able to dish a lot of dirt and wants to be able to speak nasty to anyone, whether, it's a man or a woman. And the minute somebody say something back to them, then, they're homophobic. And that's not fair, because then now we're going back to racism and discrimination and everything. And I thought we're trying to push forward. So like I said, you can call women all type of B's, but you can't get mad when you get hit back with, certain things that you may feel like is offensive, because, not all women take offense to the B word, just like not all gay people take offense to the F word, but you do have some that take offense to those words, and, it's to that person. So it's definitely a double standard with this whole thing. But like I said, if you can call a person a certain name, you can't get upset if somebody call you something back.
All right. And you shouldn't. And so you have a point, and thank you, because it was a conversation it's had, and that's a great conversation, right? Why is it that you can say the N word so freely, but you can't say the F word? You'll get canceled. And I personally want to say this with the cancel culture. Stop trying to cancel comedians, because a comedian job, when me and Day paid to see Monique's show, baby, I want you to offend me. I want you to make me laugh. If you get up there trying to be so politically correct, you're not going to be funny, right? So I paid to laugh, you know what I'm saying? So I just think we need to stop policing people. Now, it is stuff to be called out when you go too far, and when you having disagreements about things. I understand that. But when you're a comedian, you telling jokes, you say, "Oh, you need to be canceled." It's a joke. It is what it is, right?
But see, then if that's the case, we're gonna be canceling everybody, because women take offense to certain things that's being done by other groups, and other groups take offense to things that's being done by other groups. So it's like everybody is being sensitive, but it seems like society is catering more so to the LGBT community, and they're able to do a lot and get away with a lot. Versus, the other group of people, which is the heterosexual group of people, like someone from the LGBT community can call a man a sissy, a straight man, a sissy, or F word or whatever. And the moment that man say something back to them, then now they're homophobic or they're transphobic, So, I agree, because it's going to come to a point where if comedians don't really have any don't even have any commentary, like where they can really, talk about, everyone in a whole, they're really going to just start targeting, women and Black women in specific. And then that's going to become an issue, because Black women is going to, at some point, going to get tired of being, their only target.
All right. And that's something where we can have an in-depth conversation I don't think it will ever change, and not in my lifetime when it comes to that. And I don't think it's more so the blacks. I really think that white people have used their power to dictate what words we can use, what words we cannot use. And I think when we get more people in media that will change the rules, and that will be like, no, a person should be able to say this as well as they able to say the N-word. So we shouldn't police people's language so much. But this council culture is really strong now, and I don't know if it'll ever stop, and I hope it does, because everything ain't called for a person to be canceled. It have to be case by case basis. But thank you so much for calling in.
I agree with that, Wiley. But let me make one last point. When you say white people, I agree that 90%, that, maybe 70, 60% of it is white people, but it's also black people that, black people, that may be trans or gay. If something is done on a public platform that will make that into an issue that will spiral out of control. Because we've seen, things that T.S. Madison has taken on, as it related to the trans community. But, other things that have came out where, people of the trans community, have done certain things or tricked people or did certain things. It's silent on the YouTube streets. However, if a trans person is jumped or beat up, then it's this whole homophobic type of stuff. So, I agree with you.
Facts. Thank you so very much for calling in.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Okay. We're going to bring this live to a close. Thank you. Everybody was able to talk. Again, for the people that joined in, we had a conversation with Armon. We had a better place. I think we were able to resolve some issues that we had, and it was a great conversation, and it was a conversation definitely to be had. So we want to thank him for his support, for at least coming on our platform. He didn't have to do it. No one asked him. He just came on. So thank you. Y'all have a good night. All right, let me go to sleep. Let me get some sleep. Oh, don't forget tonight, 2 Men and a Lady is tonight. 2 Men and a Lady. We have that airing tonight. I think it's at 7 o'clock, maybe 8 o'clock tonight. But we have Conscious TV and we have Katie Talk 101 that will come on the show tonight. So we have that panel. And so we will see y'all there. Make sure y'all subscribe to the show. Click that notification bell. One other quick announcement before we go. I'm sorry to make all these announcements. We do have a text list. So if you want to be notified when I go live, text the Wiley Show to 833-760-1691. You could do that one word, and you can text us to note, and you would get the notification, when I go live. So if you missed it, like we was on Monica's show, All About the Tea, and we notify our audience. So, and we instantly just send a text and they knew about it. When we go live on Station Head, I send a text, you know about it. Now I can notify you when I'm live on Instagram. So if you want the notification, all you have to do is text The Wiley Show to 833-760-1691. Just one word, The Wiley Show. That's it. Text The Wiley Show to 833-760-1691, and you will get the notification that you're on the text list, and you can always unsubscribe from the text list, and, if you want to. But we're going to say thank you. All right. Y'all have a good night. This was good. Okay. This was good. All right. Let me close this out.